Yeah, kid, that feeling. That feeling. I don't know if I like that. That's probably better right there. Yeah, kid. Know the vibes. Friday night action. Think we all go on all the systems. Let's get it. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. We go, ooh la la. On a Friday. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Over here on this side, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. Got mine in today. So before you jump off the page and slide to the left, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start my show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. No, he is in the end game, people. Because although I'm feeling good, it's Friday. I often play and say Friday is the best day. Friday is the blessed day. You know, have some death in the community, or death and close comfort to home. I'm not a family member, but my neighbor lost her battle with cancer today, so I want to say rest in peace to her. May Allah have mercy. I want to say condolences to her family. I know Pop, he watched my show. Condolences to her son, to her sister, and obviously, death is a part of life that we all gonna have to feel, and we all gonna have to go through, and we all deal with it different. It's unfortunate, but it's more unfortunate when when you see somebody that's dealing with cancer, and you got the hashtags fuck cancer, or any disease or foreign not object, but parasite or virus or whatever that kills us off. When they're going through a hard battle, right? And then you see them get well. You see them look like they're gonna make it through the storm. You praying for them, you wishing them well, you sending them positive energy. And it seems like they got through the storm. And as Busta Rhymes said, I've been through the storm, through the cold and rain. Every day is still the same. You're like, you happy. It's joyous. Although I'm sure doctors, if it's people that's in the medical field, and I'm not none of that, say what's a chance that they can come back, or woo, you still need to keep doing X, Y, Z, and then when you see it come back, so viciously, and it ravish you, it's just deflating, it's defeating. You say, damn, like you praying and rooting, and again sending well wishes, and fuck cancer. I hope I never get it. I hope anybody that watch my channel never get it. Check and salute my nigga Bombs on the check-in, Keish on the check-in on YouTube. We on YouTube and we on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So condolences to her family. May Allah have mercy. May He have mercy on all of us. We all gotta go. And like X said, once the lights go off, they don't come back on. This ain't a flick. You know what I mean? But it's just disheartening. And I also want to say, as a celebrities and people in the news and shit that we follow, whether they actors, athletes or, celebrities to some sort. When you cover them, you don't know them, you never met them. And I remember last year, or was it even 2 years ago now, a young brother in Harlem, he got killed right there in front of the Schomburg, library. And me and Small Boy, we was driving in the car, we seen, it take right place. Police right there, jumped out, woo, and I did a story about it. Well, not a story, but I talked about it on the live, I talked about it on the show. And, because it's in Harlem, I'm from Harlem, a lot of people that knew the brother, and I can't even recall his name right now. One of the young brothers, he hit me up, he DM'd me like, yo, take that video down, and he was upset, and I get it. Nobody want to see their loved one, talked about after they passed, especially in negative light, but mine wasn't negative. And y'all know on the channel, if you rock with Popovich, I'm not with disrespecting the dead. I'm not with talking down to the dead. I'm not with none of that. And I hope that, when I go and it's my time to go back, which I think about often, and I think we all should. Somebody may say that's a little dark. It's, what they calling people, the gothic or whatever, that people that be wearing the black nails and the makeup and all that shit. But in Islam, we are, we advise to think about passing, dying, transitioning, leaving this world. And I think the reasoning behind that, at least for me, what it does for me, is that it helped me appreciate more of what's going on now. As opposed to thinking you got forever, thinking you can see people tomorrow, thinking it's going to, that's why it's always when you hear a brother that's in the Islamic faith, when they speak about something in the future, they always say, inshallah, which translates to mean, if Allah, if God will. So it's like, you be like, yeah, we going to the barbecue tomorrow, and woo, and your birthday tomorrow, my nigga Swift birthday tomorrow, Swift Don P. We about to have a lot of birthdays pop up in May, people in my family and people in my close circle. We celebrating tomorrow for your birthday, but right after this live, I go to the store, oh, I have a heart attack. Or I go outside and I'm on a bike and, I get hit by a bus. You just never know when your time is going to come. And, it's said that we all going to go to the place of where we perish at. So you may think that, what was on the 18? And the 18 with Mr. T and, Hannibal, if you from that era, he never liked to fly, right? So they had to drug him, throw him in the plane, he wake up, he in a whole nother location because they drugged him and he had fear of flying. And you may say, I'm never flying, I'm never taking the boat, so we're gonna drive, and that'd be the death of you. You're gonna go to the place of your death. We can't outrun it. So, rest in peace to Nicole, my neighbor, she will be missed. It's unfortunate, and we're gonna send positive energy and prayers to our family, etc. And tell your loved ones you love them. As much as you can, try to be appreciative of the life you have now, because you never know when you're out of here. And I always say on the channel, do you ever think about when you're out of here? Your record deal, video, out of here. Mercedes-Benz and Range Rover, all that shit is out of here. Your time with your wife, your kids, etc., all that shit is out of here, unfortunately. But as NiTe said, freedom of jail clips inserted, a baby's being born, same time a man's murdered, the beginning and end. And with that being said, obviously people is, born every day, and unfortunately people lose their life every day. So we got the playoffs. Talk to me about playoffs. I just hope we can win a game. And to speak about birth, Rudy Gobert, who they playing right now, let's check a quick score real quick. Got Denver tonight, not to get swept, but I do got Minnesota in the series. Right now, Minnesota up 51-35. We live with the time. We live with the action. So tonight is game 3. But game 2, Rudy Gobert didn't play, and a lot of people went viral for, him missing the game. And like I said, it's playoffs. Don't talk to me about playoffs. I just hope we can win a game in another game. And he missed the game. And he missed the game due to his first child being born. And you had Cam, on It Is What It Is podcast, which I fucks with, I rocks with. You had Gilbert Arenas, ex-NBA player, probably more famously known for bringing the burner into the locker room. And you got beef. And beef is when your moms ain't safe up in the streets. Beef is when I see you guaranteed to be in ICU one more again, right? He famous for that, but he was I was about to say great player. Obviously, he don't got no bling blah. Your wrist bling bling, he don't got no bling blah. And he do be saying a lot of outlandish, wildest type out shit, right? And a lot of people are on that type of time nowadays when you put these microphones and these cameras in front of us. Pop up his TV, hit the subscribe button if you ain't do it already, right? And so on his podcast and on It Is What It Is with Cam and them, right, in the morning, Gilbert, like, I don't know the other people on this podcast, but I think it's like 3 other people. And everybody's talking about the good old days, right? On some Wu-Tang shit. So let's talk about the good old days. He's like, yo, the baby's still gonna be there. And that's you, like, wow, like, really? And then you got Rick Ross, like, I want to be there when each of my kids born. Royal blood, 100 acres used to live on. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be there when your kids is born. I would hope so. And, even though that wasn't his wife that was giving birth, and you see a lot of NBA players, you see a lot of athletes, they get women pregnant, they have kids by, these different women, etc. But it's no bling blah on their finger. It's no if he liked it, he should have put a ring on it. So in essence, you're really creating single parent homes. But the big thing was, should he have foregone playoffs? And don't talk to me about playoffs, because I just hope we can win a game and another game. My stance is this: I ain't got no kids from my own loins, right? I help raise, you know what I mean? I'll put myself in the position of a stepdad, if you will. And a lot of times, as you see on the internet, it could be an unfulfilling, position, if you will, right? Like at the job, they don't appreciate you. You could be used and abused, and although that wasn't my plight, although I don't feel that way, it's a lot of brothers that do feel that way, right? And I even seen in my own observation of, a stepdad, if you will, playing that role for a single, mother with kids or a child, and it could be unappreciative, it could be, not rewarded, you know what I mean? So he had his first child, and a lot of men were saying that he should have played in the game, that he shouldn't have went to witness his firstborn being born. I'm like, damn, bro, like, I get it. Like how Allen Iverson said, we talking about a game, not a game that I love, but we talking about practice. Now I get it. It's the playoffs. You got a chance possibly to win a ring. They got a good team. They're doing well. I actually got them going to the finals, to play against Boston. You see my bracket right here. If you on Instagram, you probably can't see it because the screen is this here. But if you on YouTube, I appreciate it. That's my bracket. I got Minnesota and I got Boston, even though we rooting for the Knicks because I'm a New Yorker. He went to go, witnesses his first child being born, and, obviously 10 toes, 10 hands, everything came out, good. And congratulations to him. But I don't get the energy of you not wanting to be there, unless you think you're not the father. And on some more, we get the results, the detector, the motherfucking results determine you are not the father. Or if you think your baby mom's to be, possibly, maybe kind of sort of some scumbag bitch, some scum of the earth. And it's like, this child may not be mine. I'm not really feeling the energy and the vibes. But if that's not the case, then why you wouldn't want to be like Rick Ross, or you want to be there when each one of your kids born? Royal blood, 100 acres they to live on. Like, you want to see, your childbirth. And then whether she his wife or not, women do lose their life during pregnancy. And then you hear, but you black, right? 14 minutes into the show, you hear that the rate of, black women during pregnancy have a higher chance of losing their life as opposed to the others, right? We're gonna say the others, people that's non-black, right? And you say, why is that? Could it be the Willie Lynch and they putting needles in their head like motherfucking ODB, sticking pins in your head like a fucking nurse, right? Sweet tooth, what's the word? You know what I mean? Appreciate you for the check-in. We know that we get treated differently, whether we like it or not, whether you think that's the case or not, that's the reality. Why would you not want to be there? I mean, I don't have kids for my own self, but I got best friend partners that have kids, more than one kid, and I was asking him some of his thoughts. One of them got daughters, got sons. In my opinion, is a great dad. Even though they say deadbeat dads and niggas ain't shit, he don't fit that category. And the people in my family don't fit that category, right? So big up to them, because they're not the regular run of the mill that online and these Instagram and X conversations being talked about. These are the good guys, if you will, right? So I was asking him, like, yo, if you was an athlete or you seen all your kids born, right? And he like, yeah, for the times that I couldn't been or this happened or whatever, but for the most part, I've seen all my kids born, right? And I'm like, yeah, so what you think of this topic? Because again, I don't have any kids from myself, so even though I can have a strong stance, it's still not like somebody that's really the dad, like these is his kids. And he like, nah, bro, ain't nothing that can keep me from seeing my kids. And then you hear Cam like, yo, you bottom lock niggas. And I know he was being funny. He was trolling on the show, more so speaking to brothers in relationships that the woman is dictating everything. So it's like happy wife or happy spouse, happy life. So you doing everything, you bending over fucking backwards just to try to make her happy, but your needs and your desires, your wants, what you desire in a relationship is not being met. It's just a one-sided street. And because of the mindset, that's why they call them simps. And I don't agree with all of that, but I understand the thinking and the looking with the side eye for those brothers that say, yeah, happy life, happy wife, happy life. So Cam was kind of taking little jabs. I know he is a father. I'm not sure if Gilbert Arenas is a father or not, but they was pretty much like, the baby is just born, the baby is new. You're not gonna miss nothing. You could put the baby gonna come out, but we know they do the switcheroos or, babies that come up missing, etc. So I can understand why he wanted to be there. The only caveat is I guess they had the baby in the morning, right? They had the baby in the morning. Let me plug these things up, I forgot. A couple of different platforms. And these are them old phones. I need to motherfucking make sure we got some juice. So pardon me. Yeah, kid, that feeling. Unscripted, live, and uncut. We good now? Yeah, we good. We understand that, you know what I mean? It could be your first, it could not be. I just don't know why it's a big thing. And then you even had like my song, with this Kendrick Lamar and this Drake shit. And I'm going to touch on that a little bit, a little later on. But even he put up a post like, yo, this is what I was talking about when it's deeper than rap. And one guy, meaning K-Dot, stands for something, and Drake stands for brothers feeling it's not cool to want to be at your, at the birth of your first child, which I really don't get. But I think we should be there for our children. If you have the opportunity to be, whether you're successful, you high value, I'm going to use the quotations or not, you may be on business. You see a lot of people, sacrifice to be there to, for their firstborn or for their kids being born. Women do lose their life, whether they're your wife or not. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really get it, or why people don't, want to be there, because there was a lot of guys in the comments saying that, the baby is just gonna be born, and they don't, the mother's gonna be there. She gonna throw the titty in the mouth, and they gonna sleep for a couple of hours. And obviously he's a millionaire, so he got money. The owner of the team got access to private jets, so they're like, he could have seen the birth of his child, which he did. I think it was in the morning or the afternoon, and he could have still flew back for the game. But I guess weather or whatever presented a challenge, and he didn't come back. But the last thing I want to talk about before I jump off that is, again, it wasn't his wife. And you see a lot of athletes and young brothers who they claim, like, for instance, Jason Tatum, right? And they just lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers. So now it's 1-1 in the series. And he got his little son Deuce. Everybody knows his little son. He be having them come for the press conference. He be having them, at the court side a lot. And that's what his baby moms. He wasn't married. And now he supposed to be allegedly messing with LMA, BouT, right? It was at Marcus Smart wedding. Who he did get married. And you can do what you want to do. That's number one. Like on my channel, I'm not really judging in that sense. I'm just really putting my spin on it and what I think, right? And so I'm bringing up Tatum because even though his pops is around, his pops not dead, his pops did help him. His pops was a coach of young boys playing ball and having aspirations, etc., to make it to the NBA. And he even says when you Google and you do a little digging, like his pops coached him hard. He one of the reasons why he's tough on and off the court. But you always hear him talking about his moms and like high regard, and that's great. And I'm sure she's a great woman, right? She did what she needed to do. But I guess because of the cheating or whatever happened between the moms and the pops, he stayed in St. Louis. She moved Chicago or whatever they moved to. And if the details is a little sketchy, the point is they didn't stay together as a nucleus, as a family. And so his mom's was a single baby moms, right? And she raised them, and even though his pops was alive again, still was able to coach him from afar, and they had relationships. It was a little strange. So you hear him often big his moms are like, my mom's was a single mom. She helped me get it out the mud. She helped me get to this point. And that's great. That's fantastic, right? When you have kids out of wedlock, and you have kids, like he got a son with his baby moms, they not together. You got to say, although you bigging them up on draft night, draft day, Johnny Manziel, 5 years later, how am I the man still, right? And you see on the NFL draft all these, young brothers about to be millionaires. Some of them gonna sign them contracts, sign on the dotted line. Sidebar, a lot of them have the little white snow bunnies, etc. So Tony Capone, what's the word? You say, in one breath, you're talking about your moms was a single moms and it was tough raising you. Your pops wasn't there. Yet a lot of these athletes turn around and do the same thing. And so again, I say, like, if a woman is good enough to have your child, Rudy Gobert and whoever, but she's not good enough to put a ring on, or even for the woman, when you reverse it, like a circle, and you like turtles, and don't be whipped by that pussy. No, whip that, right. You know what I mean? Like, rest in peace, Witherspoon from FriDaY. Reverse it. You know what I mean? And don't be whipped. Like, if he's good enough to have a baby for, he not good enough to make for you to be his wife. So I just look at that with a little side eye. Now, granted, they got money, so I got money, and they big fishes. They rich. So it don't really, some of the same things that apply to us, the regular, and we ordinary people, don't apply to them. So although you may want to try to live vicarious through them and think that what they going through, etc., applies to you, it really doesn't. Because whether they separate today or tomorrow, right after she have his baby, she gonna be good. The child support gonna be good for her to raise her child sufficiently to still maintain a certain type of lifestyle. She gonna be good. Whereas the regular person in Harlem, the Bronx, Detroit, Brooklyn, Michigan, you know what I mean, Utah, wherever you at, Philly, when your baby daddy leave, or he go to jail, or he get murked, unfortunately, or whatever the case, you don't have the resources. So you are left struggling, and it is a little bit more challenging for you and the child. So that's just something to think about, right? Speaking of marriages and baby moms and all that, you got Shawnee O'Neal. So we in the end game, right? Because Shawnee O'Neal, a.k.a. Shawnee Henderson now, and we know her to be, the producer, executive producer. Not only is she the president, but she's a client of, the basketball housewives, right? And I Googled her network, or I was looking up, certain things for the show just to try to be accurate. Mike, what's the word, my nigga? You know what I mean? And so allegedly, maybe kind of sort of, she worth 35 mil, like 35. You know what I mean? Like not 1.5, not 2, like not 1, not 2, like 35 mil, right? She rich. And though the guy, Lucy Cannons or whatever his name was like, she done gave him 10 bands to clap those cheeks and booty clapping sounds. You know what I mean? Booty clapping sounds. She in the news once again. It seems like she always in the news, but obviously she got the show, so I get it. So she came. I think her book is called Undefeated, and she been spinning in the clip, as I like to say on the channel. That's my saying. Spinning in the clip. And you never know when you're going to be possibly spinning in the clip if you running through these social media streets and run across these social media alleyways and you got a show and shit like me. Pop up his TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. So anyway, her book Undefeated, shit, I did it my way against all odds, and you know what I mean, live my life as a thug nigga till the day I die. Live my life as a ball player, someone's getting high, all eyes on me. She undefeated because she did it her way. She did it, you know what I mean? She knocked down all barriers, broke all challenges, right? And salute to her. But we gotta look at with a little caveat because without you being Shaquille O'Neal's wife, we wouldn't even know who you was. It'd be, who you, CO? You know what I mean? I didn't get no breakfast this morning. Who you? Like for anybody that been locked up and you been in the Bing, right? That's what they say when you're a quote unquote a nondescript ass nigga. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. For those that been locked up, you know what I'm talking about. Who you? Like who's you? Right? And she's somebody now. So I'm not saying just because you started out as a nobody, you can't end up being a somebody. We all got 24 hours in a day. We all got to get it out the mud, and like the Bill Cosby show, challenge. We all got a challenge. And you can live up to it, or you could, you know what I mean, not live up to it. So anyway, she famous because of Shaq. Let's make no mistake about that. And it's no hate. I don't know her. I don't know if the loose cannon nigga or whatever his name is clapped the cheeks or not. She never denied or confirmed. She never spoke about that. But I did a show on it, or I spoke about it on the live, because this happened like right before she got married to the pastor. You know what I mean? Mason Betta. You know what I mean? Like, and he just went viral for hushing and telling the chick in the church on the noise. Like, I'm trying to sing or give the word and get this money. You know what I mean? Like, for the collection. And you're doing a little bit too much. And people was asking the question like, is he doing too much? Was it disrespectful? Was it not? Like, in the name of Jesus. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. So that's her husband, right? That's her husband. He's he's not Shaq. He's not Shaquille O'Neal. And to my knowledge, I think they've been divorced now, maybe 7 to 8 years. So like LeBron, we're going to win not 1, not 2, oh shit, not 3, not 4. How many years passed now? And I get it, it's your life. So you can la, 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 wait till I get my money. Like, this is your life, so you can live yours. That's a Kanye reference. You can speak about your past, but I'm saying, damn, 9 years, 7 years, 6 years, 2 years ago, promises is all I heard. You still talking about Shaq? I mean, like, and he did come to the forefront for the ladies in the back. Like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? We know that, for men and women on these channels and shit, we both be telling each other, like, women don't be taking accountability, men don't be taking accountability. Shaq raised his hand, like Jada said. Y'all got embarrassed in the class when the teacher used to make y'all read, mind over matter. He came to the forefront, like, yeah, I wasn't the bestest of husbands. I wasn't the bestest. I was out like, come on, baby, come on. You know what I mean? Slinging it everywhere. Even though Superhead said it was, you know what I mean? Not as, you know what I mean? Not as exciting as you might think from a tall, big, dark-skinned ass nigga. That it was, you know what I mean? Less than stellar. These are her words. Have you read the book? And I read the book when I was locked up. Peace to all my brothers that's locked up. Do the right thing, come home, make it happen. Big payback, right? Big payback energy for all the brothers that's locked up. Whether you're guilty or you're not guilty, you're going to have a chance unless you got life. Don't crash out, my brothers, right? And the women too. So I read her book when I was locked up, Superhead that is. And she was talking about Shaq, our nigga drink sweat all over her. Talking about Nas and Hov, who got the biggest, you know what I mean? Who was the best, who was the baddest. And so according to Superhead, Shaq just came right in the crib. Like, yo, these couches is too small. Here go 10 grand. Go get me some new couches. Put the joint in your miz out and put it in your mouth, Akinelli, and we gonna do what we do. And so you say, he apologized. He took full responsibility for saying, yo, although I was married, I wasn't the best. And even Nas on that Life is Good album. Life is good, life is good. He talked about his infidelities and why, him and Khalees broke up. And a lot of guys can probably come to the forefront and, tell a testimony, myself included, who was once married. And I come from a family of people who are married. And it didn't work, I fouled, etc. But notice Shaq never said nothing negative about her. He never came out like, yo, I took her on. She was a single baby moms, had kids from some other nigga. I adopted those kids. And, even though I did my shit, she got some shit with her too, because none of us is perfect. And if you feel like you perfect, then those without sin shall cast the first stone, and you hide your hand, close your eyes, and it's the candy man like K-Dot, right? Nobody's perfect. Now, I'm not saying she cheated during the marriage. What I'm saying is, like, damn, you come out and you got a book and you trying to sell your book, and you are the president of the Basketball Housewives, and you're going to tell the world, like, I love Shaq, but I don't know if I was in love with him. And I just was pretty much happy with, being the moms in the early stages, once in a while traveling, living the NBA lifestyle, etc., etc. And I'm saying, damn. And a lot of men are saying, even some women, they're saying, damn, girl, like, you had how many kids by this nigga? And you said you wasn't in love with him? So you risking your life and niggas killed your cousin and you ain't gonna do shit on some Menace to Society reference shit? Like, these niggas killed your cousin and you ain't gonna do shit? So you gonna have a baby, not one, not two, I think they got 3 kids, huh, Shaq? Put your life on the line, like, dun dun, dun, like your life's on the line. You gonna have this man babies, and a lot of women do that, right? Like, you giving the greatest gift to a man, in my opinion, and like Sway, I don't have all the answers, so sometimes I'm wrong. And I'll be the first to raise my hand and get embarrassed in the class when the teachers used to make y'all read. I'm like, nah, I fucked that all over here. I don't know what I was thinking. I was all the way out of pocket. I don't have all the answers like Sway. But I do know some women lose their lives. It's less nowadays, technology and stuff that we have available to us when women is giving childbirth. Nonetheless, it's still a possibility. It's still that, so you're saying there's a chance. So you're saying it's a chance. You can lose your life, when you're giving childbirth. You know what I mean? Y'all girl Keys, what's the word? You saying it's a chance you can lose your life, and you willing to put that on the line, not one, like Dame Dash, I'm a hustler, man. Not 2, you doing the fucking dance. Not 3, you willing to put your life on the line, like do the right thing 3 times for a guy you're not in love with. And you had a lot of women in the comments, and I will pull it up, but I don't need to because it's on cap. You had a lot of women like, yeah, people procreate all the time when they're not in love. And that's true, but that's the problem. Don't you get that? Like, men fall in love or they marry for love a lot of times, not all. And a lot of times the women are doing it for business, for money. Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Like, you see the Kendra G show? Plenty of women coming on there like, yo, you got to earn 100,000, 200,000. In fact, the last clip that I seen spinning in the clip, it was an African chick. She's from Africa, I think Sudan or some shit like that, right? Maybe Zimbabwe or something like that. And she's the highest I seen. She was like 400,000 to marry her. And she was living with her moms, 28 years old. And I'm not knocking that, because I think a lot of, but you black. For the people that's black and brown, and even though I'm light skinned, I think a lot of us kick our kids out a little too early. They're not ready as far as financially. They don't have the mindset. They don't have, things in place just to put them out. But when they hit 19, especially for the boys, when they hit 18, 20, 21, we quick to send them off. Like, listen, you got to figure it out. Mama got to do her thing now. Pop's got to do his thing now. We want to walk around butt naked and bucket naked. We want to do our thing. You know what I mean? So you got to go. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. So I understand other cultures. They say, nah, we're going to let you finish college. We gonna let you pay the debt. You ain't got no husband, you ain't got no wife, you don't got no kids, which she didn't. And I'm talking about the Kendra G, even though we're talking about, you know what I mean, what we're talking about. It's like, all right, you don't got no kids, you don't got no debt. You can stay at parents' house until you figure it out. So that when you do leave, you're not coming back. And that's why a lot of us, not all cases, I'm speaking generally, you know, if you will, you see a lot of us come back. You leave for 2 years, 3 years, shit ain't working out. Your roommate, you know what I mean, went somewhere else, or now you finished college, but you're in debt. So it's hard for you, and obviously with inflation, etc., we know it's crazy. But anyway, you know, Shawnee Henderson, that's what we're talking about. She ain't love Shaq, or she don't think she was in love with him, and a lot of women was cool with that. They kids is grown now, 18, 19. They're gonna see that. You know, like, damn, mommy, so you loved him, but you wasn't in love with him. Then why did you marry him? Why did you have us with him? Why did you put your life on the line like 50 Cent? Dun, dun. Why did you do that if you wasn't in love with him? And, you know, I get the side of, you know, because he was cheating, he self-proclaimed wasn't a great dad, well, not a great dad, wasn't a great husband, and he put her through hell. But when you start digging a little bit more, you say, damn, she was a single baby mom. She already had a kid, I think, or maybe 2 kids, 1 or 2, from somebody else. He still, I mean, like, adopted her kids, etc. She's supposed to be cheating and all that stuff too. I'm saying allegedly because I don't know them, and it doesn't really matter. But it's just like years later, why are you coming out to say this? And I'll just say this before we get to the next topic, right? It's like I remember being in school, right? And I think her name, I want to say what her name was, Tamika or some shit. We kids, I mean, mind you, we in the motherfucking 4th or 5th grade. We went to Coney Island, right? In Brooklyn. So we went to Coney Island. I had money for lunch and maybe like 2 rides, or I think I had like $30. Mommy gave me a couple dollars. Mother's Day is this weekend. For those that celebrate, if you rock with the channel, then you know I don't celebrate. But mommy, I love you every day. I don't need them to tell me when to tell you I love you, when to celebrate you, etc. And none of us should really wait for that. Just to throw that out there, because we was poor. It was hard for us, right? Gave me a couple dollars, go on your school trip and shit. And so I liked it. I think her name was Tamika. Anyway, I liked her, etc. We go, and I like pay for the ride. I ain't even get on the ride, right? And I'm bringing this up because I think the next day or 2 days later, I don't know how it came about, but you know how they say shit that traumatized you when you were a kid stays with you? However it was in class, this is what she said to me. And again, we in the 4th or 5th grade, so we fucking kids, right? She was like, I was just using you for your money. What? I didn't even have no money. Like, what are you talking about at this age? And that really stuck a knife in me. Like, you hit me with the big one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Literally, and it's the big one. Like, damn, I couldn't believe she said that shit. And again, we was poor. We ain't have much. I like spent my last on you. I thought we had a good time. I'm trying to, you know, be your boyfriend. You know what I mean? And in her head, I don't know what made her say that, but I'm that up to say, after it's over, like Earth, Wind, and Fire said, after the love is gone, what used to be right is wrong. For those that know, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, when women say like, that's not it, you had a little Johnson, or you know what I mean, like they try to assassinate your character or say some shit when the relationship is over to really stick it to you. And you don't hear Shaq saying anything except, yo, I was wrong. I take it on the chin. I understand. After she came out with that quotable, because now it's time to spin the block, go on these different podcasts, go on these different stations, and sell her book. But if you wasn't Shaq's wife, would we really care? And this is no hate or shade. I don't know none of that. I don't think so. I don't think we would be that invested. I probably wouldn't even be talking about it now, because it's like, the only reason why we really care is because you was Shaquille O'Neal ex-wife, whether he cheated or not. We only know you because you was married to him. You hitch your wagon to him. Nobody you could probably deal with, the pastor or anybody else, is probably going to be as big as him, status of him, or have more money than him. And you see, since they divorced, he been winning, still shining, still got endorsements, still the biggest. You know what I mean? And you just some ratchet show producer. And when you watch their show, which I don't, but I see some of the clips spinning in the clip, and you hear a lot of these chicks, some of them not even wives, they ain't even make it to be a wife. You just was a girlfriend, keeping it a buck. Just was a side, some of them. They talk about the men that was shooting in the gym, that was throwing them passes and all that and taking, you know what I mean, those punishments to the body. Like, them niggas wasn't shit and that they did it themselves and they got it out the mud. How dare you? Like, you ain't even gonna give me no credit. Like, nobody would ever know you, Portia, or some of the chicks that be in it. We wouldn't even know you. You only know because I was fucking you. That's the only reason why you're known. That's it, and that's no shade. That's just is what it is. Because the men that they, you know, got with was famous guys, was athletes, was entertainers, had some money, had some notoriety, and so that's the only reason why we know you. We'll see how her book do. And the last thing is this. Again, after the relationship is over, you with your pastor husband, y'all sleeping together, y'all together. How did he feel? Is he a sucker on the side? Like, as we looking at him with the side eye, like, damn, she talk, her whole book, it's not just about Shaq. I know she talked about her moms, etc. She doing her world tour with Muhammad, my man, going east to every state with the mic in their hand. Houston, London, VA, right? It's a Tribe Called Quest reference. How does he feel? How should he feel? I know, like, damn, if it was me, I'm not no tender dick nigga. You know what I mean? I got some, some self-confidence. I could take some shit. Skin is a little thick, you know what I mean? Not alligator thick, but I'm not tender dick. So it's like, damn, you've been with me for 3 years now, 4 years now. You've been going from this nigga for 9 years now, 7 years now. And I get that's a part of your life. It always will be. You got kids by him. You was married to him. But why is this such a big topic? And why is that the clip that you putting in the news to try to help sell your book? Why the shit about your moms ain't popping? Why you ain't addressed that Cannon shit? Nigga got on the motherfucking 22, what is it, Adam 22, talking about he clapped your cheeks for $10,000. Why you not addressing that shit? I just, something to think about, right? And speaking of Shaq, let's talk about this. Because we already talked about Rudy Gobert and people on the internet saying he shouldn't have went to see his firstborn born, and some people saying he should have played in the playoff game. And my stance, if you just tuning into the show, is go see your fucking kids born. If you able to, go see your kids born. Make sure your baby moms or your wife, etc., your partner is good. You had Nikola Jokic just won his third MVP, like not one, not two like LeBron, not three. 3 MVP, and although some people are saying it should have been Gilchrist, Alexander Shea, you know what I mean? What a pro wants, what a pro needs. Him and home check, right? They in the playoffs. They just took their L against Luka, so now it's 2-1. But anyway, Joker just won it on TNT. Shaq and them was talking about it, and he like, I think SA should have won, etc. If you seen it, you seen it. If you didn't, I'm bringing it up because Shannon Sharp, aka Shay has something to say about it, which prompted Shaq to write a whole diss record. Like, what's beef? Beef is when your moms ain't safe up in the street. Beef is when you roll no less than 20 deep. Beef is when I see you, guaranteed to be in ICU. One more again, what's beef, right? So I'm like, damn, Shannon ain't no motherfucking rapper. Like, Shaq, you was really in your feelings to that point, and if you missed it, I got the clip right here. Let's go. Let's spin the video clip, right? Spin the video clip. At least I think I got it right here. It should be close and ready to rock and roll, if I'm not mistaken. Damn it. Alright, did I send it to this nigga? 1 second, people. Alright, I don't got it, but anyway, Shaq released the disc, and then I think I did send this shit though. Where the fuck is this shit at? Shaq was like, listen, bro, you just got new success. Your money is not long as mine. You saying I'm not, I only won MVP, but I won 3 finals MVP. I'm a 4-time champion. Your wrist bling bling, my shit bling blow. And Shaq is one of the most dominant big men. If you ask him, he's gonna say he is the most dominant big man. And I thought I had the clip because Shannon respond, you know what I mean? He like, yo, you know, I ain't got time to be going back and forth with Shaq. I said what I said, and the bottom line is this. Out of your own mouth, Shaq, you was known to have said that you didn't practice hard enough. You didn't go 100%. You wasn't in the best of shapes at certain points in time. And that's why you had Kobe looking at you with the side eye like, yo, this nigga, we probably would have won more. You know what I mean? You ain't give your all. And you hear Shaq saying, I know I was going to get touched up, these is his words, in practice. So instead of getting touched up in practice, I'm just coming to the games, I'm dropping 28 and 15, 30 and 10, you know what I mean, 35 and whatever it is. And again, they won 3 back-to-back, like 3 times. But Jada once said, I forget the line that comes before this, but Jada said, hard work outbeat talent if talent don't work hard. So it's like you could be the most talented player in the world, but if somebody that's less talented than you is working hard, getting it out the mud, getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning, running laps, doing whatever it is to get good, to get best, to become the best around, and nothing's ever gonna keep you. And you got all the talent in the world, but you lacking. You ain't picking up defense 90 feet. You know what I mean? Like you slacking. You being a lackey. Then that person with less talent than you possibly can outwork you. They can beat you. The person with less talent. And that's why Jada said, hard work outbeat talent if talent don't work hard. So Shaq, Miss JP, what it do? Check the temperature and all that. Appreciate you for the check-in. So Shaq, he like, yo, got G13 classification, and this, I wish I had the clip because I thought I had it. I thought I sent it to somebody. But anyway, this is what I want to say because people been throwing out the rumors, and I ain't really one for the rumors and the gossip, even though sometimes that's part of, you know, what we talking about. But he like what Hov said to Nas. See, I know, he said, what it said, see, you know who, did you know what, would you know who? Let's keep that between me and you. And then at the end, he like, for now, ROC, we running this rap shit. Big, you know what I mean, like, we running this rap shit. Take over, the break's over. God MC, me, Jehovah. So Shaq had a little similar line to that. He like, yo, I know what you did to get where you at. And I want to know, I'm asking Shaq, if I had the bat line, that means in the real life, not on Instagram, not on Twitter, not on YouTube, which we live on all these platforms right now. If I got your phone number, call you up like, bro, what do you mean and what are you saying? Are you saying he did some dick in the butt shit? Like, are you saying he did some backdoor Illuminati or New World? What are you saying? Because you like, yo, I know what you did to get where you got. What does that mean? Like, my ears, my eyes on some Friends Phoebe shit. Hold on, bro. That's a big accusation. And you know Shaq, I mean, obviously he's world renowned. Like, now there's probably no places that Shaq could go and niggas don't rock with Shaq, they don't fuck with him. You know what I mean? He is that guy. You know what I mean? He's not really one of them, but he's really one of them. You know what I mean? He all in the streets mixing the sauce. It's my nigga Brasco reference. It's my nigga Brasco reference. I'm all in the sauce. And I'm like, damn, what do you mean, Shaq? What do you mean that you know what he did to get to where he got? And then Shannon in the response on a nightcap with Ocho Cinco, he like, I worked hard to get here. I got what I got out of my body. I wasn't the most talented, but I know nobody could say that I didn't give my all, that I shortchanged myself. And Shannon is a 3-time world champion too. Like, your wrist bling bling, my shit bling blow. Like, I got a ring too, nigga. I got 3. And some would say, you know, Shaq, you got 3 of that. He was one of the dominant factors. I'm not going to shortchange him. But the 4th ring came on D-Wade back. Let's be clear. You went down to Miami. You was on D-Wade back. That nigga was the Flash. And he had, in the finals in that year, what was it, 2013, if I'm not mistaken? Well, yeah, I think 2013. When they played Dallas, D-Wade had one of the most prolific finals performance that we've seen, of all time. D-Wade was fire in that series, and I think Dallas was up 2-0, and they came back and they swept the ball on them niggas. So you jumped on D-Wade's back like Game said, came back, jumped on Dre's back, came back, you know what I mean? Like you jumped on Dre's back, you know what I mean? And you jumped on D-Wade's back and you got that 4th ring. Whereas Kobe got 5 rings, 5 golden rings, and 2 after you departed. And even though you was on some Kobe how my ass tastes after you won the 4th one, the championship and all that, and I'm not shitting on Shaq because he is one of the top 50 best players, one of the top 70, 75 players, etc. But I think what Shannon was saying, because if you watch their show, you see in the episode right before that, he was defending Shaq, talking about the Shawnee O'Neal, a.k.a. Shawnee Henderson, just like I just finished talking about. He was on Shaq's side. So I met him a few times, woo. And so pretty much he just was saying, imagine if Shaq wouldn't have shortchanged himself. Like he was saying, I ain't really come to practice like that. And he also was like, for the young brothers out there, the young athletes, people coming into the league now, don't take this advice of half-stepping and trying to go full throttle in the game. And obviously we all know Allen Iverson ran practice. We talking about practice. Not a game that I love, not a game that I'll die for, but we talking about practice. Y'all remember when that went viral? Because I remember, like, I'm sitting there like, damn, AI, this nigga be wilding right now. You know what I mean? Against him and his little mini wars with Larry Brown. You know what I mean? And then years later, obviously he respect Larry Brown. He came and said, yo, this is one of the best coaches. And Larry Brown is one of the best NBA coaches of all times. Even though he don't got the pedigree of the bling blah. Practice. So yeah, Shaq, imagine if you would have stayed in shape. Imagine if you would have did X, Y, Z. You say you was the most dominant big man, but you only got 1 MVP. And Joker got 3, right? Like he only got 1 ring right now, but he got 3 MVPs. And Shaq do got 3 final MVPs. So I think it's a little tender dick, you know what I mean, for Shaq. A little sensitive. And like Kanye said, ooh, they so sensitive. They'll never fix you, you know what I mean, to say something when you going to end up apologizing. Let me know if it's a problem then. I nigga holler then, la, la, la. You know what I mean? Like, let's get to this other shit though. You know what I mean? Shout outs to Shaq, shout outs to Shannon Sharp. It is what it is. I do think Shaq probably would have won more MVPs if he would have put his heart and soul into it, and he would have went harder. And again, I brought up Kobe that he got 2 after Shaq. It's like, oh, I got 2 with him, lost, got Paul Gasol. Like, nah, I gotta win. He wanted it so bad. He like, listen, ain't nothing gonna stop me from winning this motherfucking ring to show that I could do it without Shaq. And he did it twice. And that's why Kobe is one of the GOATs. And even though Shaq is like the conversation with Shannon, for those that's just tuning in, it was like why he's not brought up on the Mount Rushmore. You hear LeBron, you hear Kobe, you hear Mike, you hear, you know what I mean, the Dream, Hakeem, you know what I mean, you hear, not the Dream, I meant to say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You hear, you know what I mean, you hear, different players that Tim the Duncans got 5 and other, various players. You don't really hear Shaq. Or if you do, it's like 6, 7. He's not top 5 undeniably, and he should be because he was one of the most dominant big men. But let's get to let's speak into beef and rap. And Shaq is a rapper, so I don't think he was looking for attention. I heard the song, or at least some of the song, or was it the Shade Room? Shannon, like, listen, I'm not gonna be going back and forth with you niggas. Y'all can hate on me. I got the #1 podcast. I got the #1 interview in YouTube history. I think with 49 million views. You know what I mean? Like, just think about that. Obviously, Cat Williams, and that really set the year off. If you think about it, that interview, when it came out in January or February, that really set the tone for the whole year. And, when you speak words into existence, like I was talking on, my channel the other day, you want to be more positive than negative, glasses half full than half empty. Because when you speak shit into existence, you speaking it into existence. And Cat Williams said, this is going to be the year of exposing and truth revealing, and so far it has been. I'm going to talk about this K-Dot, Kendrick shit. real briefly, last time I did the live, you know, Drake released a song right after that. That was the last song in the saga of, you know, hits that's, I don't want to say hits, I ain't meant to say that, records that's been released between the two of them. But I want to talk about it this is because I believe the last show, although I spoke about it, I was speaking about the petty and, you know, the same thing on Van something, the dude that used to be on TMZ. Can't think of his name right now. My sentiments was the same as his in the last live. Like, a lot of these niggas is fake. A lot of these niggas is phony. A lot of this shit is WWE, you know what I mean? And if you really buying into it like that, then shame on you. But the reason why I was saying that, because I'm like, all right, now that it's a battle, now that it's a beef, now that y'all going back and forth, now you a wife beater. Now you a pedophile. Now you this, now you that. Like, but before the battle and the beef, if all these industry people know about this shit, or if it's public knowledge, and you a scumbag and you scum of the earth, why is nobody talking about this? Why is nobody bringing this to the light? Because, as I said in the last live, Wu-Tang love the kids, and that we want to protect the kids because we know that black women and kids, right? And I'm being funny, but I'm not. Being a little sarcastic, they the most unprotected. In my opinion, it's the kids is the most unprotected. But you will have women, especially black, but you black. We'll say it's the women that's unprotected and woo and I beg to differ, but that's just my opinion. It's the kids to me. But with that being said, if Drake was really a pedophile and he like, yo, you know, I'm rich, that don't mean nothing. We seen Harvey Weinstein, we seen Bill Cosby, we seen R. Kelly, we seen a lot of people go down for doing some underhand foul shit. Why is this not brought to the light? Why do we gotta wait for his beef? So that was my stance. But I never said who I think is winning, what's what. So I'm going to talk about that real briefly. And also the Questlove and Queen Latifah. Because Questlove came out. Questlove is the drummer for, you know, the world-renowned legendary group, The Roots. And this is what he had to say before I get into it, right? I did take a picture of that. So Questlove said, nobody won the war. This wasn't about skill. This was about a wrestling match, as I just said. Level, mudslinging, and taken down by any means necessary. Women and children, and actual facts be damned. So pretty much saying like, fuck the facts. Fuck what's the real. We just gonna keep slinging this mud, and whoever could paint the worst picture of the other individual, that's who's gonna win. I kind of agree with that. And even though you hear one of Drake's songs, I think it was the Family Matters. He was like, I was trying to keep it PG, Well, you know, these niggas is mentioning their sons, their daughters, etc. Like, again, what gets worse than you a wife beater or a woman beater, domestic violence shit, or even that you a petty, like, right? I mean, none of these allegations was addressed except some people was pulling up the video of the young girl, 17, her father was there. I ain't know about it. And then you had Queen Latifah say, you know, UNITY. She didn't say that, but that's the queen. We're going to give her props. She like a lot of the old heads are trying to pick and choose when they support beef. And beef is when you're not safe up in the streets. Beef is when you roll more or less than, you know what I mean? Like, beef is when I see you. It's a big reference. Because now they have corporate affiliations and hip hop has grown globally, but no one had the same stance for women and children being harmed when Faith and D Barnes was thrown into the rap beef in the 90s. And real quick, Tim Dog from Compton, from the Bronx, he made a song called Fuck Compton. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people probably don't even know who Tim Dog is, but, you know what I mean? He addressed the Drake. And nowadays, everybody want to talk like they forgot about, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre. And Dre is one of the best producers of all time, in my opinion. NWA is one of the best rap groups of all time, in my opinion. But I remember coming up in the 90s, and Tim Dog was like, you know what I mean? Dre beating on D from Pump It Up, step to the dog and get fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, fuck Compton. You know what I mean? Like, gang, he was fighting over colors. Well, all that gang shit is for dumb motherfuckers. And he was ahead of his time with that, and obviously, you know, I was way before the Big and Tupac beef and the West Coast and East Side and all that. But I'm only bringing that up because she might have forgot about that. I'm talking about Queen Latifah. And although I get where she's coming from, because she's right. She's absolutely right. Coco Loso, what's the word? She's absolutely right. People are picking and choosing when they want to, you know, accept beef and when it's cooler to be beefing. And it's like, listen, bro. Listen, ladies. Like, where the ladies at? Hip-hop is based off competition. To the hip, the hop, the hip, the hip. Like, I'm better than you. And if you think you better than me, then y'all know the episode from The Cosby Show when they was tap dancing. Challenge. If you think you better than me and I think I'm better than you, then that's the only reason we need to go mano a mano and challenge each other to a battle. Now the guns and niggas getting killed and all that, and niggas die every day, B. You strong, right? You could take it. The can reference from Paid in Full, you could take it, right? I'm being funny, but I'm not. Outside of that, our niggas getting a wig split, it's just really rap. And like Hov said, this ain't beef, this is rap, homie. I ain't got a scratch on me. If we keep it on wax, then it's okay. But I agree with her. And I agree with Questlove. But now who's winning the battle? I'm not going to give it too much because I want to talk about this other shit, right? My opinion with the Drake and the K-Dot being high, K-Dot being high, I didn't speak about it last time, and I just was speaking about how niggas is phony and fake, and people online, they pick and choose who they want to rock with, favoritism. If I rock with you, then you could do no wrong. But if I don't rock with you, even if you're not wrong, then you're wrong. I don't fuck with you. That's what I get. And I fuck with Drake. I be in the treadmill. I listen to Drake. And I fuck with K-Dot. He in the playlist too. A lot of his songs. But I think K-Dot is winning slightly. And this is why. My channel, if you rock with me, Popovich TV, I appreciate you. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, right? Hit the notification bell so when I upload my videos, you get alerted. We not favoritism over here. We call a spade, and it is what it is. And like Ghost and Ray on the Purple Tape, you're going to come out in your own way. I don't favoritism. I'm not getting paid. I don't rock with people. We don't run from the hard questions, the hard topics. I give my opinion as I see it. And like Marlon Lawrence said, I got to talk about my life and how I see it. I don't favoritism. But I see a lot of that online with some of your favorite blogs, etc. So I rock with both of them. But this is what I think we all can agree on. People that's on Kendrick's side, people that's on Drake's side. And a lot of people is getting too caught up too. A lot of men really in your feelings. I think we all can raise our hand and agree that Drake is the most popular, right? And I think we all can raise our hands and agree that K-Dot is the better lyricist, is the better artist. I think we all can agree with that. So we're agreeing that K-Dot is the better lyricist and he's the better pound for pound artist, then he should be winning by a landslide. Now some of y'all may got the card judged as the landslide, but I don't. I got it slightly that he's winning, and that's based off the last, Compton anthem or West Coast anthem. They're not like us, and obviously the internet is having, they fun with it. They contributing to the public opinion with all of the videos and the memes, and everybody's acting crazy over it, and it is a banger. When I first heard it, I was like, Then I had to go back, listen to it again. Some songs hit you, and you're like, oh, this is a hit. This is an anthem. This is that knock. And then some songs got to grow on you. You got to go back. You got to spin the block, listen to the lyrics, see what they talking about. And I don't think Drake really had that. I think Family Matters was fire. The Heart Part 6, that was the last Drake song. And he shot last. He shot his shot last. It wasn't really hitting like that. But he did bring up the West Coast song. And he did say, kind of like, you kind of assassinated my character way too much. Like, you're doing too much. But I still didn't get that he's backing out of the beef. So slightly, I got K-Dot, right? But now let's get back to this beef shit. Because beef is when you, can't roam the streets. Beef is when you roll more, less than 20 deep. Beef is when I see you, guaranteed to be in ICU. So you had Rick Ross, obviously you had K Dot on the song Like Us, whatever it was, the shit with Future, etc. You had J. Cole's, who looked like it's a smart move now. You know what I mean? What's that, American Me? At the end of the movie, when the gangster niggas is rolling down the gallery and they asking each individual, like, yo, you coming out? And niggas, nah, niggas closing that cell door back. But I forget the main character in the movie, dude that came home, took his wife back door and all that. He wanted to do in the back door. Been locked up too long. Sheesh, right? Dookie real good. That dookie off the chain. That dookie off the chain. Come on and do your thing. Dookie real good. Like some dookie shit. You see him on with the gate open, you know what I mean? He came out. And they stabbed that nigga up 1,000,000 times, then tossed him off the balcony. Yeah, him. So J. Cole's is like, listen, I'm not about that life, even though I'm nice. He backed out, and that was a smart move for him, obviously, in hindsight. And we see the mudslinging and all that, but you had Rick Ross posting up little shit, the BBL Drizzy, the this, the that, who house bigger, all these rich nigga problems. And, just for the, for background purposes, for a lot of people that don't fuck with my channel, or you may just be new here, I fuck with Rick Ross, music-wise, lyrical-wise, musical ability, lyrical ability, artist-wise, in the rap spectrum. I got Rick Ross like top 12, top 15, top 10. There's no order. I never gave my order out for top 5 or top 15. But lyrical ability, even when people was hating on him, I put a lot of niggas up on Rick. Like, yo, he's a cop, he's a CEO. He took, the real freeway, Rick wrote Freeway Ricky and all that. The shit that Snowfall is based off, you know what I mean? And I get a scumbag move. Total scumbag, scum of the earth. I've been around with the 50 Cent, and when he had Tia, who online going crazy now, when he took her shopping and all that, and I was around for all that. And he survived that, but I'm just song-wise, lyrical ability, album-wise, hit-wise, Rick Ross to me is super nice. Super nice. He had a lot of shit to say, right? Far as Drake and woo-woo-woo, and then now you got the game, like, Crip niggas, blood niggas, essays, Asians, Dominicans, Puerto Rican, white boys, Haitians, Latin Kings, disciples, like, all these motherfuckers been patiently waiting. Since the West Coast fell off, the streets been knocking. The West Coast never fell off. I was sleeping Compton. He's also one of them niggas, and he's super nice. Now, granted, had the face tattoo, was a male stripper and all that. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Was on the Heart Connection, the Love Connection, before he got with 50 and all them. And I'm being funny. I'm bringing this up because this is what people bring up. But just strictly lyric-wise, song-wise, he is nice. He definitely one of them niggas. And when it comes to battling, challenge, he's a good, worthy opponent. So he recently dropped a diss record. And before the diss record, he was like baiting Rick Ross. And this is what I want to get at, where a lot of people is phony, a lot of people is favoritism. And I'm going to just outright say it. Clown, goofball motherfuckers, if you from my era. And when I say my era, the 90s, and you brought up on the real hip-hop. Today, I'm sitting on the porch like the motherfuckers from Miami that went undefeated, regular season all the way to the Super Bowl. And I'm looking at you like Tom Brady. Don't talk to me when you get 11-0. Talk to me when you make the playoffs and you still undefeated. Talk to me when you get to the Super Bowl. Then we gonna pop bottles. Don't talk to me about you just 6-0. You ain't even in the conversation yet. I come from that era, and that's why my channel was about hip-hop, entertainment, sports, and all that. I feel like my opinion, and we all got opinions, but this is what it is. I feel like my opinion of hip-hop is top tier. Like, it ain't really nothing nobody can tell me, about hip hop and the nuances and certain artists, the lyrical ability, the metaphors, the storytelling, the swag, the flow. Like, I'm really, you know what I mean, interested in that because I come from that era there. Now, if you from the 2000s or you 20 years old now, you're 24, and you come from a certain era of hip hop and you think Lil Yachty and NBA Youngboy or the Baby, they aight, like they aight, but they not fucking with people, you know what I mean? Like, you're not really like that. So I'm only saying that to say, as far as lyrical ability, fuck if you was an officer, fuck if you got your chain taken, you know, fuck if you a clown with your kids and your baby mom. We talking about just hip hop. I feel like you don't need no reason to challenge nobody. Because you got a lot of people in them comments of Game and his new song, like, oh, boring. He looking for so much attention. And what he got to do with the beef? He don't have to have nothing to do with the beef. Clowns, bozos, especially if you from my era. If you got that stance, like, what he got to do with it? He don't have to have nothing to do with it. If you from the era of, oh, you box? And you walking around with the little boxing glove chain on your neck? Oh, you spar? Well, I spar too. You want to box? You want to see who's, you know what I mean, who's the nicest? I don't want to hear all that, what you got to do with it, why you inserting yourself into it, you just want attention. No, this is hip hop, and I'm better than you. You're not fucking with me. And what's up? Let's battle. Let's rhyme. And like Ho said, this not beef. This is hip hop. I don't got a scratch on me. What's all the running from beefs? And then you hear, like, in boxing, and this is another reason why, in my opinion, due to the politics of boxing, and I'm not a boxing aficionado, why I decline. And some may say, nah, you wrong on that aspect. Boxing is booming now. But in my opinion, boxing has tapered off a little bit. If you nice and you box, and I box, fuck all that who I boxed already. I get it, though, as far as boxing, because the fans are going to pay pay-per-view. People are paying $60, $30. I mean, $60, $80 to watch these fights. Shout out to my cousin Riri on the check-in. She always be on the check-in. I get it if I'm Mayweather. You may not want to see me fight a lesser boxer in his time. You probably want to see me fight Pacquiao in his prime. Even though Mayweather kept running a little bit and then he eventually fought him, but Pacquiao wasn't Pacquiao. So I get why boxers, because they're going to fuck your record up, that's going to fuck your bag up. But hip-hop, we not in the ring, physically. You know what I mean? We just verbally rhyming. And it also goes to the point of, that's why everybody can rhyme now. I can rap. I'm on some song. I'm on a song with Jones and Jim Jones. I got raps. I'm not nice. I think I'm alright, but I'm not fucking with Jada. I'm not fucking with Big Pun, Nas, Daddy Kane, Coogee Rap, KRS-One. I'm not fucking with none of these guys, and I wouldn't even think that. And that's why I respect Uncle Murder, or I forget what song it is, when he was saying something about Nas, but then after that, he like, shit, I know I ain't got nothing on Nas. Come on, let's be real. And so I'm bringing that up to say, a lot of you new niggas, like Rick Ross said, y'all some new niggas. Anybody can rap now. You got regular job people think they can rap. Just get the little keyboard, get your little microphone, put a little beat on and to the hip, the hop, the hip, the hip, like, and that's where we started at. But how about Freedom of Jail clips inserted, a baby being born, same time a man's murdered, the beginning and end. As far as rap go, it's only natural. I explain my plateau and also what defines my name. Like, you know what I mean? I learned the game, I know what I want and I'm in it. My time is now, it's gonna be up in a minute. Gonna look a nigga in the eye and tell if he timid. Fake rappers getting by with these hell of the gimmicks. Act like it's all love, only love with your money. Like, and I could go on. Like, I could go on for more. Like, I could go on for more millenniums than Mazda got on the car lot. Right? Cannabis? How many rhymes you got? That's the line that comes after that. Because I could go on for more millenniums than Mazda's got on the car lot. All these new niggas just think you can rhyme. And you can't. Because when the bigs come around, when the hoes come around, when niggas that's nice come around, you will be quiet. You go to the back. Because you don't smoke on the mic like smoking Joe Frazier, the Hellraiser. Raising hell with the flavor. Terrorizing jams like troops in Pakistan. Swinging through the town like the neighborhood Spider-Man. So, tick-tock, keep ticking. Bars, my nigga. Y'all niggas is these 1, 2, 3, 4 raps and you can't even rhyme. And so when you tell me, a person that's a hip-hop purist, if you will, that a nigga like Game can't challenge a Rick Ross just because it ain't no beef or it was no friction. No, nigga. I'm Muhammad Ali and you're Joe Frazier and I'm better than you. And when we get in this ring, I'm going to whip you. And if you don't think so, then Bill Cosby, challenge. That's all it is. Just get in the booth, put some bars up, and let's see who the nicest. Because like Rakim said, I take 7 MCs, put them in a line. Add 7 more brothers who think they can rhyme. But it'll take 7 more before I go for mine, and that's 21 MCs ate up at the same time. Easy doesn't do it easy. That's what I'm doing. Now niggas ain't fucking with no Rakim. And so my point is, if you think you all that nice, right, and you a rapper, why we can't spar? Why we can't have a friendly competition? And for a lot of the people, everybody ain't just no millennial Gen Zs and those comments like, that game diss was whack, or, you know, it ain't, why he dissing Rick Ross? Because he wants to. Because he want to challenge. And anybody that want to step up, put the beat on. You know what I mean? Like FriDaY, put a beat on. When Cassidy was tearing into him, put a beat on. Because you're not verbally, you're not nice as me. I'm better than you. Song written, style, metaphor, flow, swag, double entendres, like whatever you want to do, we could do. I'm better than you. You want to get in the ring, oh, you think you nice? Well, I'm nice too. And it doesn't matter if I didn't fight nobody. You want to fight, you want to make the fight, you want to make some money, well, I'm your guy. And like, you know, for what is the Tombstone? I'll be your Huckleberry. We got to cut this bullshit out of, it's only if it's friction it should be beef. No, nigga. You came in the same lead I came in, 2024, when Binyami and whoever else came in the lead in the NBA. I'm going to get the Rookie of the Year, not you, because I'm better than you. And I'm going to prove it. There's nothing wrong with that. So it's really disheartening to hear people with the excuses and nobody really want to hear him. He's begging for attention. Rick Ross was begging for attention for days. Days. And this is another thing that I want to talk about. Because y'all niggas is goofy. Some of y'all chicks is really goofy for your big old age, right? With the BBL Drizzy. Again, I'm not a Drake apologist. For those of you just tuning in and you missed it, I got K-Dot, Kendrick Lamar, winning slightly. But you got all these online, you know, people with the BBL Drizzy, Metro Boom. If the Metro don't trust you, I'm going to shoot you. So he got a little challenge, and they got the Spanish version now, and it's like, my only caveat is this, right? Are we calling women in the industry that we know got their breasts done, big breast Tammy, implant Tammy, tummy tuck Tammy? Are we calling Funk Master Flex BBL Flex? Are we calling Bandman Kevo? He got the shit done too. Are we calling him BBL Kevo? It's like it's just them grown men saying, like, proud to say it, like BBL Drizzy. Bro, that's not the wave. And you think you cool, you think you online like doing some shit, but you really just look goofy and gullible. And it just goes to the point that when the angry mob is mad, niggas is just gonna follow suit and you just a follower. Now I get it. You online, we want followers. If you got a platform, you got a podcast, you getting money, you getting revenue from your podcast, so you want the views. But at what cost? You got grown men with kids referencing this man as BBL Drizzy. And it's not even the BBL, it's whatever he got. The 6-pack he paid for, cool. How many other people do we know? Vivica Fox, remember when her titty was sunken? Are we calling her sunken Vivica? It's just corny. Like, we're not addressing people about the surgeries and shit that they did. You know what I mean? Or have gotten done. You look at the Nicki Minaj, the Nose, the Mike Jack. Even though we made fun of Mike Jack, when you got a whole slew of motherfuckers, shit ain't got nothing to do with the beef or the rap battle. And that's why Questlove was saying it's a wrestling match. It's some mudslinging shit. And to me, it's just corny. And we're going to address everybody like that? Funk Flex, Kevin Bandman, Kanye West, all these people that got surgery, then cool. You know what I mean? Then we addressing Rick Ross as Officer Ricky, now 50 Cent was. because it was a little confrontation between them. They was going back and forth. So people that got beef with each other or they don't like each other, open season. You can go back and forth with the verbal jabs. But for the people that's just supposed to be, not biased, non-biased, judging from the outside based on the performance on the field or in the booth, what's all these? I mean, you got whole motherfucking grown men going out their way to make a BBL dish record to get at one time it was just a beat. Motherfuckers just rhyming just for a beat. Now I guess they up the ante and you getting 10,000 now. Plus, Metro going to mix the song and all that. But it's just corny to me. It's just like, come on, we can't, if you from the 90s, that era, real hip hop, you can't be mad at Game, and you definitely should be appalled at looking at all the shit that's going on with the name calling and all this other shit. Like that's corny. Let's keep it on wax. Let's make records. Let's make good records. And you know what I mean, we could take it from there. But let's move on to this other shit. I got some more topics. I got time today, right? Got a lot of time today. Let's talk about this shit. Cause Slick Rick once said, teacher, tell me how you do it. It looks so easy, like there was nothing to it. But they don't understand that the ruler would be the creator of the sound, Ricky D. And we got a teacher coming out. I forget where the brother's at, but I do got the clip of that, right? So this brother is going viral for getting his hair braided. Some R. Kelly shit, right? Some R. Kelly shit. Come on and braid my hair. Come on and braid my hair. Come on and braid my hair. Can't make this shit up, y'all. I'm like, seriously, you can't. Let me give me some more coffee. You can't make this shit up, right? I'm gonna show y'all the video if you didn't see it. Black brother. I'm not sure if he's part of the community or not. And the reason why I'm not sure, but why I think it matters, this is no hate or no shade. I hate that I gotta always preference my statements when I'm talking about the people from the other community, but people want to try to cancel. There's nothing to cancel over here because we don't get a lot of views over here. We appreciate you, but we not begging for you and we not jumping out the window to get no fucking views from y'all. That's just what it is. I'm not that chill, right? But anyway, the reason why I think like I'm questioning his sexuality, because I don't think a regular straight guy, heterosexual, would do what he did. And so, let me pull a video up, but you hear R. Kelly. Come on and braid my hair. Come on and braid my hair, right? What is shit at? And I did have the shack on and shit. Anyway, right there, where the fuck is this nigga video at? I know I had this shit. Damn. Alright, so anyway, it's a black brother. He a teacher. He getting his hair unbraided, right? Shamiz, what's the word? He getting his hair unbraided by his students. So when I first seen that, you had a lot of people saying it was unprofessional. Some were saying it's inappropriate. And I even commented before I went to his page. This is why I'm saying I don't know his sexual orientation, and this is why I think it matters. DJ Skills, what's the word? So on the page, I wish I had the fucking video, bro. I thought I had the fucking video. So anyway, he's sitting in there. He like, so I'm gonna just stir the pot up, and he's sitting in the class. He's filming himself getting his hair unbraided. He got braids by his students. And he like, for those asking why I got 100 of my best friends, that's where he threw me for a loop at. The students are not your best friends. They're the students. You're the teacher. They're not your best friends. Now I get it. You can have a good rapport with them. You can have a good interaction with them. They can like you. They can love you. You could be great at your job, but they're not your best friends. A best friend's gonna go all out for you. And we know, like Houdini, friends. How many of us have them? Let's be friends. We know that when you say you my friend, you my best friend, we know that that's not 100 best friends. That's maybe one, maybe two. If you lucky, you may get 5, like how T-Mobile used to do. Your 5 favorites. You may get 5 if you know what I mean, you're a certain age. Because we know nowadays, in these new eras, no new friends. And fuck everybody. I don't fuck with nobody. We know everybody's on their own. Like you Patti LaBelle and you on your own. And why did it end this way, right? I'm being funny, but I'm not. If you're lucky, you got a best friend. And you might got 2. Let's just leave it at that. So we know you don't got 100. So when I heard that, I was like, you know what I mean? And so he got them taken out of his head. He like, yo, I had a meeting. I knew I wouldn't been able to do it on my own. And the night before I was tired, or we had a video shoot. It was like some excuses, but nonetheless, I commented, and that's why I wanted to find it so I could see my own comment. So I was like, I don't think it's inappropriate because he was filming it. It was a lot of other students, so it wasn't really nothing sexual, but we know that even though it's not, if it's not sexual, doesn't mean that it's not still inappropriate. So then his page was tagged. So I'm like, let me go on, you know what I mean, chummity chum all over and look at his page. And what I found was he's a TikToker, right? And this is the new era. And he got a lot of followers. And so you a teacher, you a TikToker, one of his videos, he got his shirt off, got the little 6-pack, nice little, you know what I mean, physique, you know what I mean, if you will, right? And I have no problem with saying that. Niggas be on swole, right? Been locked in, you know what I mean? I work out to look good, to try to look my best. And he's a young guy, so he's in shape, etc. But I'm looking, he got the tattoos, he got the braids, looking like, looking at a couple of his page, he doing a lot of skits, the TikTok shit. And I'm saying, damn, you a teacher, you teaching the young students, and I believe the children are our future. So we're in the Houston reference. TikTok is accessible, his page is not private. So the same students that you got braiding your hair, the same students that you teaching and woo, that's your best friends, they can see your page. They can see some of the comedy. They can see you with your shirt off. I'm saying for me, when I was growing up, granted they didn't have TikTok, they didn't have Instagram, they didn't have X, they didn't have Facebook. I couldn't see Miss Davis. That was my 3rd grade teacher. I couldn't see Miss, you know what I mean, Rodriguez, 6th grade teacher, 7th grade teacher. When you get to high school and you start to, you know what I mean, develop those hormones and you start to look at things different. And as I said in the comments on that particular post, I think it was on the Shade Room, I've been to enough PTA meetings and enough schools where you see the young girls, you know what I mean, acting fresh, wearing certain shit, saying certain shit, you know what I mean, having crushes on teachers they don't know about. And so when you see them braiding his hair, who's to say that one of the girls don't misinterpret that? And one day it's like, you telling me to sit down, but I just was braiding your hair last week, Negro. Who are you to talk to me like that? You smelled a little tart, or you smelled good, and misplaced emotions and feelings. And even if that's not the case, when you're trying to be a TikToker, a social media influencer, in my opinion, as a teacher, you have to separate the two. You shouldn't really be in a teacher profession or a certain profession when you're working with kids where the scrutiny could be on you. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because I can't believe I don't got the video, but he's supposed to be, might be getting fired now. I thought I had this shit right fucking here, man. Thought I had this shit right fucking here. He's supposed to be getting maybe terminated now. And now he's crying like the video. He's, as soon as the video come on, he crying like some of my students wrote me, dear best friend, I hope you see this. That's too much best friend. I don't know if it was my daughter, which I don't have no kids, my son, I don't think it was no boys unbraiding his hair. But again, why I'm bringing up the sexuality is I don't think a straight guy would feel comfortable with 13, 14-year-olds that's not your daughter. Unbraiding your hair, that close to you, that up and personal. That's personal. You know what I mean? When you that close up on somebody, even though it's being filmed, even though it's other students around and nothing inappropriate is going on, we see too many stories where male and female teachers have inappropriate relationships with their students. 13 years old, 12 years old, 14 years old, 15 years old, even getting pregnant, 16 years old. I think the boy got the teacher pregnant. She went to jail. They still was together. They made a fucking one of those what is it, A&E or whatever them channels, one of them bum ass low budget channels series on this shit. Come on. So why would you put yourself out there? Mr. Teacher, teacher, tell me how you do it. It looks so easy, like there was nothing to it. But they don't understand that the ruler would be the creator of the sound, Ricky D. You crying now. Now you playing victim. I know if I would have seen the video of my daughter, and I get it. You a good teacher. You encouraging them. So look, why are they standing over you doing your hair? You got 24 hours in a day just like we do. So you gotta plan and manage your time accordingly, my guy. And then again, when you look at his videos, I'm not gonna say sassiness. I feel maybe a straight would enjoy it more. Maybe, but again, I don't know what he is. Cause I'm just going off some of the little videos. Are you familiar with the video I'm talking about, Riri, with the guy? It's just, again, I wouldn't want I'm sure the students are following you. So I wouldn't want my 13, 12-year-old, I wouldn't want my daughter going to your TikTok page, seeing you with your shirt off, doing exercise. Now I get it, it's just exercise. And he like actually saying, yo, if you like the physique, this is what I do. I can tell you about my program and woo, I get it. But as a teacher, you know what I mean? Like, your page is not blocked unless you're blocking your students, and he's not. I got a feeling he's not blocking the students. Ladies, like I often play on the channel, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Okay, you seen it. What about this? Do you think it's appropriate for 13, 14-year-old girls, 12-year-old? I don't even know what age I don't even know what grade he's teaching. Do you think it's cool for them to go on his and I'm talking to somebody on Instagram right now. I'm on YouTube and I'm on Instagram. That's why you see me looking. I'm on different phones, different platforms. For the people on YouTube, is it appropriate, do you think, for your daughter to go on his page, see the nigga working out, and as I often play on my channel when I'm doing my workout videos, no slack, you see sweat dripping, see a nigga chest all out, six-pack all swole. You know what I mean? Is it cool for your daughters to see they teacher, and is that personal? I know I wouldn't want my daughters to see that. I wouldn't want them to go on they my kids and the students shouldn't see you with your shirt off. They shouldn't. You know what I mean? If you want a beach trip or something like that, you know what I mean? So, maybe they ain't gonna be recording you though. They may be y'all at the beach, possibly. You know what I mean? Or you playing the ball game and your shirt is off, maybe. But now they could just go to your channel and scroll through your, you know what I mean? Like, pages is personal. That's why you see people have privacy on their page, because they don't want anybody just to come on their page and get a feel for them, to start critiquing them and analyzing them. And for what I was getting at, it looked like he wanted to be a TikToker more than the teacher. And then I'll bring it to the black lady. And I forget her name, right? It was a black teacher. I think out of DC or Maryland. Maybe she was from Baltimore. She was from Baltimore. And I know, Riri, you said you ain't seen nothing wrong with it, but the administration did. And they looking at him with the side eye, he might lose his job now. So I think the people, the big wigs, it's like, that's not appropriate. It's a little too personal. If it's cool for them, so sing the rap songs, maybe that's where the parents come into play, to be sure it's all good. That's true. So now, boom, that's what I was just talking about, right? Hello, hi, what's the word? So the female teacher, she was a rapper, she did get fired. And like Donald Trump, you're fired. You're out of here. And do you ever think about when you out of here? Your teacher career out of here, your gymnasium and all that shit is out of here. So she got fired because she was an aspiring rapper and she was a teacher. And for what the students were saying, she was a good teacher. She was one of the good teachers. And we need good teachers, because that is one of the most, obviously if you getting props and praises from your students, it can be rewarding. When I mean rewarded, I mean like from, the government, the system, far as pay and all of this, like a lesser job, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, they fired her. Donald Trump, you're fired, because she had a rap career outside of the school. And I went to her page, just like I went to his page, just to see. It wasn't positive raps. It was Booty Hole Brown and Pussy Brown and Booty Hole Brown. It was that type of shit. I pop you, I'm rolling with the shooters, Negroes. I'm going to get you clips, and this is what that life is about. And I'm saying, damn, you a teacher on one hand in the daytime hours, but at nighttime you in the studio rapping about niggas getting clipped with the blicky. And obviously, Sexy Red is a big thing right now. You can, like, it was another video I had, but I don't got no more. And this guy was of the community, of the other community. And it's like 4 or 5 slides. He going in. He like, your motherfucking kids at 11, 12, 10 years old, they know Sexy Red, they know how to pronounce Pound Town, but they can't read. And like Jada said, y'all got embarrassed in the class when the teachers used to make y'all read, mind over matter. Like, your kids is illiterate, some of them, but they can quote Sexy Red Pound Town. And so some of her lyrics was a little vulgar, and then she did a video after they fired her, the students was rallying around her, and I'm just saying, like, certain professions, unfortunately, you may not agree with it, but when you're dealing with kids, which can be sensitive, you are a preacher, or a religious person, if you will. You a child's doctor or some shit like that. You messing with kids. You got to be mindful of protect your image and what's on, as they say, your digital fingerprints on social media, because you teaching us about fractions and multiplying, etc. But then when you in the booth, you rapping about, taking bitches' mans and your pussy is wet and, niggas you rolling around with the gang and you clipping niggas. It's kind of like why people was getting on Meek Mills and the Twitter fingers. And it's like you rapping, in the daytime, you a public advocate. You power to the people. We got to stop killing each other. We gotta be more mindful. But then when you get in the booth, you spinning the block and you killing niggas. It just doesn't mix well, like oil and milk, vodka, and, it just doesn't mix well. You putting out 2 different messages. And so for homie, he crying, he crying big crocodile tears. Like damn near the whole video. I can't believe I don't got the video. He crying like, woo woo woo, but you put it out there to get the attention. And this may work in his favor, just like I think it worked out in the female rapper favor. Her views went up. She might get a record deal. She might be the next Sexy Red. She might be the next Suki Hana. And if that's what you're inspiring for, then cool. You're using one platform to step up to another platform. Like Jada said, I invest my bread into something else, that'll make something melt. You know what I mean? Like, so if that's what you're doing, then cool. But as a teacher, again, I don't want my 13-year-old daughter knowing what type of tattoo you got on your chest, on your stomach. He got and this is another reason why I said he might be from the other community. He got the teacher I'm talking about, Jazz, what's the word? He got two lips, 2 kiss lips, like right there on the pelvis side, where the V is at on the man. And it's like, do you want your 13-year-old daughter knowing that Mr. Rodriguez, or whatever the fuck his name is, because I don't know what his name is, got 2 kisses on his belly, on his belly? I don't know about that. I know if it was my child, I wouldn't want that. So, it's inappropriate to me. And again, initially when I seen the story and I commented, when I'm watching him braid his hair, I'm like, it's unprofessional maybe, but not inappropriate. Then like I said, when I went to his page, that's what I'm saying. Again, I gave that example. If they went to the pool and it's hot, you at the beach, you taking off your shirt, cool. It's I doubt, maybe one of the kids may be inappropriate and they trying to film the teacher on the low, but that would be the kid being inappropriate. Like, we trying to get some footage. Maybe they got a crush on you, maybe they don't. Maybe they never seen the teacher like that, so now they trying to quick film. That would be different, as opposed to they could go to your page, scroll your page, see everything you got going on outside of the classroom, because we know that in jail, we talk about this a lot, but this happens at the workplace too. But I'm bringing jail up because this is just an example. You live in the same living quarters with somebody. They see you going on a visit a few times. They see you may get a phone call. They may see how you interact while you watching TV. And niggas think they know you. And like T.I. said, you might see me in the street, homie, you don't know me. You see me doing such and such, but you don't know me. So watch how you talking to me. Watch how you interacting with me because you really don't know me and you crossing the line. Then when I go upside your head, pop goes the weasel. Now you looking like, oh, but I thought we was cool. I thought we was brothers, like menace to society. No, nigga, give me this shit. You a baller, right? And I'm being funny, but I'm not. It's a difference. When I could go to your whole profile, see what type of shit you do with your girl, see what type of food you cooking. I get to see all the ins and out about you. So when you come to class, I know you, nigga. Don't front on me. I just said you posted last night. You coming in saying you was tired, but I see you was watching the game last night drinking wine. Kids is loose. Make no mistake about it. Teenage kids are loose in the classroom. We see too many videos where kids is loose. And I know when I was a student, some of my teachers that looked good when I was in the 4th and 5th grade, I'm like, damn, shorty could get it. That's a Fab reference. Now, I never was inappropriate with them, but your push-up bra is a little pushing out. And I see your booms and your bosoms busting out of the socket. And like Holly Berry said in Boomerang, is that a nipple? Is that a smidgen of a nipple? And little boys gonna be little boys. And little girls is gonna be little girls, thinking you like them. Cause I got to touch your hair, but she didn't. You know what I mean? And you never know how a kid is processing this shit. So now when I can just go, I see you had steak and eggs last night. I see you was at the game last night. I see you curse a lot. So when I curse, don't try to correct me. Now again, the kids would be wrong, but close proximity breeds familiarity. Familiarity breeds, I could push the envelope a little bit. And that's why we failing now. We see too many kids, failing because teachers and parents. A lot of parents is, we cool. I'm a cool parent. I'm a best friend parent. No, I'm the parent, and although I can be cool and give you some leeway, this is my house. I make the rules. You're gonna do what I say, as I say, when I say, or this belt gonna come off and I'm gonna whip your ass. Or if you grown enough, you can take your grown ass to the streets. And you know what I'm gonna say next, right? Do you ever think about when you out of here, that disrespecting me into my house, not paying the bills, 21, 19, 20 years old, fucking, and you know what I mean? Like you can go to the streets, right? Because I'm the adult. I'm the parent. And although we may have times when we laughing, we watching the Real Housewife, we talking about the battle, the Drake and Kendrick, I'm still your fucking parent. I'm still your parent, and I'm still the teacher. So you're going to respect me. But we know that certain barriers, once they cross, that breeds, not contempt, but it's like, yeah, I'm cool. We cool, Mr. Johnson. I was braiding your hair last week. How dare you? I'm going to be a little late with that assignment. And can you give me a little extension? We know kids is going to push the envelope. And then also, Tate, what's the word? Now he crying. And a minute ago was braiding my hair. You was Bill O'Reilly and riling me up. Now you on the internet hoping you don't lose your job. And that TikTok shit may be out of there. We just got to be mindful about certain positions. It's another one. I said like a doctor, if you a kid doctor or whatever. What about the senator? Forget what state she was from. On the beach, shaking her ass. Sexy Red got these women. And it's all for sale. They showing their ass, whichever way. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't want somebody that I'm voting for shaking their ass all over the place. Now, I'm a grown man, so I'm not naive that when you out and about, you may be with your girlfriends. You're not a judge at the moment. You on vacation. But when you post this shit up for people to see, it's like, you can't get mad when we judge you. Pop Dot, what's the word? My nigga Pop on the check-in. You can't be mad when we start judging you. When we start looking at you like, damn, look at this motherfucking judge. Getting drunk, looking out of pocket, looking goofy. We caught you slipping. Like Drake said, okay, they caught me slipping once again, so what? Like, haven't checked my taxes again. I'm two-turn. Like, you caught me slipping once, but so what? No, it's not so what? Because you're a judge. And you judging on people's lives. People are, having faith in you. We appointed you to a position of prestige. You just can't act out of pocket. You just can't be, you know, doing certain shit. Now, people may say, yo, fuck that, bro. When I finish working my 9 to 5, when I go home, I want to do what I want to do. I want to have my wife put her feet in my face and I want to get online and talk crazy. No, not when you're on TV every day. Not when you going to school and you teaching the kids and they're like, yeah, I seen you last night with your wife and she was putting her ass all in your face and y'all was having fun, but I got to see that because you decided to post that on social media. We have to be mindful and watch what we're doing. Just in my opinion, you know, people could do what they're going to do, but like Noriega said, you hate the little nigga breaking. I don't care, but when you get caught, remember that, I don't care. So you can get online, Mr. Teacher TikToker, and you can post up videos where they unbraiding your hair. And like R. Kelly, come on and braid my motherfucking hair. Like you can get online and do that, but come on and braid my hair. We don't want to hear you crying in the next video. We don't want to see you crying. You could break the law, but when you get caught, we don't want to hear, damn, they came down on me hard and all that. We don't want to hear that. Be mindful of what you're doing and protect yourself and protect your image. And everything ain't for the gram, especially if you're a motherfucking teacher. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. Speaking of victim, right? I do got this video. This video is wild. I do got this video. So, speaking of victim, they maybe allegedly kind of sort of got the guy now. But people in the comments were saying what I always say. For the ladies. Like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies? I told you I got time today. Strap in. I got time. We're going to be in for like another good half hour maybe. Got time today. I always talk about in the chat because they say, you know, women is the most unprotected. And although I disagree with that, what I will say, a lot of y'all walk around like y'all oblivious to what's going on. Y'all oblivious that it's an evil world out there. Like Future said, it's an evil world out there. And you on your phone like this all day. You on a train like this. You walk in the streets. And I told y'all, I be being funny sometimes. I'm walking direct path. Chick walking. I may just stop and stand there. You gonna bump into me. Or right before you get up, you look up. Yeah, get out your phone. Look around. Take some observation of what's going on, because even though we in modern times and they got policemen to come save you or help protect you, and although men nowadays may not be manly, they may not know how to fix a tire, you know what I mean, do some carpentry shit, shout out to my nigga 10, you know what I mean, and do some shit for you, you can call a mechanic, you can call a plumber, so you living your best life for the ladies. And it's not yesteryear where men really got to protect you, because the men from the other camp, if they run down on you, they taking you. And that's that. They're going to have their way with you, kill you, rape you, do whatever they want, keep you as a slave. It was one point in time with some barbaric shit where that was the case and you needed a man. Nowadays, like one of the young girls said on Kevin Samuels show, is we in a modern world. We don't need men no more. And you don't. But because of that security blanket that's placed over you, a lot of y'all walk around like this. Even with the babies, y'all got the stroller and you walking around. And because of that, the reason why I brought victim up, because some men was pointing this out, and a lot of women living in delusional land. It's like, you victim shaming, you victim shaming. No, we're not victim shaming. We trying to make you aware that it's an evil world out there. And as soon as when you walk out of your house, you in danger, possibly. And that's why when the brothers and the sisters that practice the Islamic faith, when we step our feet out the door, we say a prayer, hope I get home and make it safe. Because as soon as when you step out, you don't know what's going to go on. And you don't know if you're going to make it back. With that said, let's look at this video.
What? What?
Brutal. Brutal. I'm sure y'all seen the video. I'm gonna show y'all, I'm gonna back it up. Sure y'all seen this video going viral. It's in the Bronx, where I used to live in the Bronx.
What?
Cortland Ave. Dragged her sister, I think she like 45, 53. Dragged her with a motherfucking belt. Took her between the cars, and he had his way with her. And he had his way with her. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Karam
This is fucking crazy. And I never seen a tactic like that. This nigga used like some horse lasso shit. Took the belt, cooked that shit, then dragged her so she was off bound. Now you it only take a few minutes. Have you ever played put niggas to sleep game? And I have. See nigga, you going out 30 seconds. And like Ghostface said, choke a fat nigga out in like 30 seconds, like you done. Catch you from the back, you're done. Drop you. And I seen people get choked out, then they let you go. Seen my man Troy, you know what I mean? I don't know where he at now, but coming up, when we used to pack bags, my nigga Troy, he got grabbed up from the back. We in the supermarket. Marble floors is mad because they heated, like him. Choked him out, 20 seconds, put him to sleep, but he let him go. So he fell straight on his motherfucking face. And when I tell you like Martin Lawrence, whole head, bro. To this day, I mean, I've seen some brutal, nasty, violent shit. To this day, the blood or whatever, the air or whatever that was in, and it was on the front face too. Whatever that shit was, I'm talking about, that shit was knocking, big as a fuck. Choked him out, then let him go. Bang! On the supermarket floor. Straight, couldn't brace himself, couldn't stop it. Bang! Right on the floor. And that knot was so fucking big on his forehead, I thought he was dead. And that's my man. Even back then, you know what I mean? I haven't seen him in years. I'm like, oh, man, I thought he was dead. And these was the bullies trying to come take niggas' money when we just trying to get a couple dollars on some packing bags, like, you know what I mean? Had to save my lunch money just to get in the game, you know what I mean? That was back then when I had a mean backspin. No Mac 10s, it was just bats then. So anyway, I'm bringing this up. I showed you the video. A lot of men like, yeah, you know, even though you can't stop nothing, ladies, y'all need to be paying them more attention. Nigga walking behind you for a whole block and a half, you don't, spidey senses, y'all got women intuition, you don't feel nothing is going on, and it still could have happened. And that's why I brought up police in the bubble of women, because most of the time, police come after the fact. Ambulances and all that, and you know, the emergency units, it was EMS, they come after you shot, after you stabbed, after you was thrown down a flight of steps, and you trying to fight for your fucking life. They may save you, but they may not. So it's your job first, when you step out, to be on point and pay attention. You know what I mean? And so they saying they might got him, right? This is the individual, they might got him now. Allegedly, they saying they got him. Like I said, I thought I had this shit too. Where's this shit? I'll be saving shit and what the fuck, man? I think I do got it though. Yeah, right here. They on his ass. You hit my mother? They trying to get his ass. Police have to, you know what I mean? Fuck that nigga up. Get him, make sure you get him. This shit crazy. They trying to kill this nigga. Chill. They trying to get this nigga. Police couldn't even stop the angry mob. Niggas is swinging over the police. I don't care. Police like, yo, I'm gonna have to shoot one of y'all niggas. But this is what I want to talk about. Because even though what he did was super foul, and if that was my mom's or my sister or anybody I love, I would want blood. Like, nah, street justice, because that's my family. Even though it's not your family, I'm speaking about the general population, because it's a lot of people in the comments, men and women, and that was on my song page. He like, now we policing ourselves in the community, and even though I wish that was a thing, we ain't policing ourselves. I wish we was, not just for the horrific crimes, for the regular crimes too, for the, you know what I mean, for everything, so our communities could be better. And that's well, don't you believe that we need to get rid of the pimps, the prostitutes, the drug dealers, and start all over again clean? Nigga, is you crazy? Like, once again from my death row organization and rat-a-tat-tat, tat-a-tat like that. Never hesitate to put a nigga on his back. But that was the theme when the song first came on. Don't you know, in order for us to progress, we need to get rid of the pimps, the pushers, the prostitutes, and then start all over again clean. See, if we was really policing our communities, that would be the case. But we know that's not the case. Because some of these people that's breaking the law and doing what they're doing, they our families, they our nephews, they our sons, they our cousins. They people in our family that we love. But we got a lot of people in the comments like he should be killed. He should be done, he should be beat to a pulp, he should be stabbed, he should be shot. Again, whoever family that was, I totally understand why they feel like that. Because that's what he did is foul. He foul. Took her, you know what I mean, raped her, you know what I mean, sexual sort of. I understand you want blood, because I would want blood too. I'm not going to cap on the show. I'm not going to be naive. Like, my emotions, my, you know what I mean, my anger, I would want him to probably be killed. Straight up. Kill that nigga. Straight up. That's how I would feel, because that would be my family. And although you can be outraged, like some of these people are, you got to be easy and walk a thin line when we start saying we want hood justice. We want hood. That's why we got laws in place. Because for every crime that's committed, that we handle it on our own, then what we need the justice system for. What we need due process for. And even though some people be guilty, when you be like, damn, we all seen the video, like for instance, that video when you go to court, we don't need nobody to represent him and, you know, the whole taxpayers' dollars. We clearly know that it's him that did that. Just get the sentence on, send that nigga to jail for whatever amount he is, put him on the yakisoba and chili con corn line, and I don't care, and let him be done. But we can't just kill everybody. We can't just chop people head off on some Wu-Tang shit and can't just do that. I mean, we can, but then where does that say where we at as a society? Because we supposed to be civilized now. You know what I mean? We supposed to be due process now. Even though you might have did it, we still got to walk through the proper steps. Get you the lawyer, get you the trial in a certain amount of time, do X, Y, Z, and say, all right, you get a fair trial of your peers to judge you. You did it, you didn't do it. And that's why you see some people get off that's guilty because of technicalities, and that's why you see people that's innocent still go to prison, still got to deal with the same shit that motherfuckers that's guilty got to deal with, and they ain't do shit. That's the reality. So I get it. On to the next. What's the word, young lady? So I get it. Niggas is mad. Niggas want blood. Kill him dead. I get it. Because if that was my family, I would feel the same way that he did that to that sister like that. You know what I mean? That elderly lady or that older lady or whatever the case did that to her, you know what I mean, rape or whatever. You know what I mean? But again, if we take the law, what's the sense of having the law for? Everybody can't just get killed because we in our feelings. You know what I mean? The dude that killed the twin sister in Brooklyn, everybody wanted him dead. And it's like, you know, all crimes are different. That's why murder, you get the most time. Then robbery and drug selling and kid pedophile and rape and all these different things. Petty larceny and petty crimes. There's laws for this. So you commit murder, then you get life. You shouldn't get the same time. I mean, that's why in prison, people don't. I could have killed your whole family. I'm respected in prison. I got a body under my belt. What was it? Raining Cane and the streets need a body. I got a body. I killed 2 niggas over a bitch, over some drugs, over 2 kilos. I'm respected in prison. I'm living good. I mean, y'all ain't gonna do nothing to me. I killed before. I kill again. And the quote Wu-Tang, to kill 1 man or to kill 10, it's all the same. Besides, they can only kill you once, my guy. But whereas you a petty, or you came in on some rape-o shit, now you probably gonna get done dirty, or people gonna have some issues with you, because the crime is not the same. But that don't mean we can just take the law into our own hands. Some people do though. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. If it's your family and that's what you want to do, but when they prosecute you for breaking the law, some Batman Dark Knight shit, you a vigilante, and you take the law into your own hands, and you get arrested for it, and you know what I mean, then you're gonna have to hold on. Some people will gladly take that, like, nah, nigga raped my sister, killing that nigga. I'll go up north for 25, fuck it. Some people was willing to do that. Let the system play out. Do he deserve an ass whipping? Of course he do. I ain't gonna sit up here and say he don't. That ain't got nothing to do with the law, and that's why you seeing people trying to get at his ass to fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? And we just gotta be mindful with that, because again, while I say crimes is different, you got Malcolm X. I am Malcolm X. See what he went to jail for, came home and changed the changed the direction of thousands of millions of people through the way he started living his life after. You got people in prison that have committed murder over drugs, etc. And when young people come through for armed robbery, for gang activity, etc., put them under the wing. Like Don Corleone, you under us now, and this my block. You under us, I'm going to give you some game. I'm going to try to put you up on something, help change your life around so you don't come back here. If you kill those brothers, then who helps the other people? So that's why we got to be mindful, because even if you catch a body and the streets need a body, them brothers ain't coming home. I met plenty of people on my bed that had murder, you know what I mean? And they dropped Jews on me. They, boom, prison ain't the wave. Do this when you get out. Don't come back. Woo, woo, woo. Use your brain. Use your brain. That's what the white man wants you to do. That's a Tupac reference, even though he was quoting the brother from the Malcolm X movie. Don't go busting your head against the wall. It's the white man wants you to do. You know what I mean? You got to use your brain. You got to use your brain. And so you don't want to just crash out. And the people that has crashed out, that don't mean it's over for them. That don't mean their life is over. Some people is making good in prison. They trying to make amends by helping other brothers that don't got life, that will eventually make it back to the streets so they can be productive. And some of them brothers helped me. Otherwise, I might have been back with life. Stop me from going upside niggas' heads. And like Jigga said, it's hard not to kill niggas. It's like a full-time job not to kill niggas. Niggas, that shit. When your gun goes one, like, you know what I mean? So, you know, without those brothers, who knows where a brother might be. I think we got like 2 more topics, and then we're going to get out of here because we've been on here a little long. But like I said, I got time. So this is a wild story, right? Unfortunately.
Body cam footage from the
Sure, y'all seen this story
Sheriff's
too, right?
deputy who unalived Airman Roger Fortson while he was in his home on a FaceTime call, causing no problems and did nothing to provoke the shooting, has now been released. And I want to show you something before I post the video. I want to start with a close-up of the hand that Airman Fortson lifted when he opened the door.
Talking about he had a gun in his hand, like, but he put his hand up to say, like, listen, you know what I mean?
And the deputy immediately began firing. He did not assess the situation before he began firing on that airman. And mind you, in the video, you will not hear a disturbance at all. This was murder.
All right, so that's the video, y'all. If y'all ain't see it, unfortunately, a black airman, you know what I mean, at his residence, chilling, doing what he was doing, on FaceTime with somebody. The police got a call about a disturbance. It wasn't his apartment. They end up knocking on the wrong apartment. And like she said, when you listen, you don't hear anything. It's quiet. Niggas is chilling. I see another video, though, where they said the police didn't announce. In this video, he is announcing, so that's a big factor. Police gonna knock again. Police. Sheriff office, open the door. Knock again. Sheriff, open the door. Gun them down. So, drop the gun, shot him. And you know police don't be playing with that shit. So a few things, like the lady was saying. So one, there was a disturbance in the complex, in the building somewhere, not at his crib. So the officer, you outside the door, you clearly probably listening to see what possibly you might be going into. And I'm not no officer, obviously. I'm not Officer Ricky. You know what I'm saying? I'm being funny, but I'm not. Condolences to the brother because he did lose his life. You know what I mean? A young brother, Air Force, trying to do the right fucking thing. And it's always, oh, but you black. Whereas other motherfuckers, races, they be doing the most, they still get brought in alive. So the officer knocked on the door. Like, again, when I first heard about the story, seen the video, people were saying the lady that he was on FaceTime with, because he was on a FaceTime, that knock on the door, they didn't say anything. So officer standing to the side, as you can see, when the brother looked out the peephole, he didn't see anybody. And then they saying that the officer didn't announce himself, so he went and got his gun. They in the state where you can carry. So listen, somebody knocking on my door playing stupid games about to win stupid prizes. So he go get his grip, come back, you know what I mean? And you know, when he opened up the door, you see he got the gun down, but he puts his hand up like, you know, once he see the officer. But I'm wondering, and again, things happen in split seconds because they got a bad track record. I'm going to be looking at them with the side eye like, damn, another fucking black brother, life cut down short for one of these fucking scary Mary ass, you know, fucking officers that probably shouldn't be on the job. However, the first video, you know, or the first time that I heard about it, like I said, they were saying that the officer didn't announce himself. That's not true. He did say sheriff. He did twice. So if you know it's the police coming to the door, why would you come to the door with a gun? And again, that don't mean he should have got killed, because that is a state where you could carry. So just because you got a gun don't mean you a threat, don't mean you know, you're gonna kill the police. Assess the situation, you know what I mean? Like, things happen so fast, it's definitely tragic, it's unfortunate. I'm just wondering, as an airman, as a person who was allowed to carry in the open state or whatever, open carry state, once you know it's the police, as a black man, you know, not all black men, I'm sure, you know, you hear some of them like, I don't be scared or whatever, but y'all know what I'm saying on the channel, and I ain't said it in a while. You get a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous when they pull up behind you or when you have interaction because of the imagery and the history between, you know, officers, especially white officers and black men. You know what I mean? They don't got no tolerance, they don't got no patience. As soon as anything, bang, 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 he had a gun, no, it was a comb. Bang, 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 he had a gun, no, it was a wallet. Bang, 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 no, it was a toothpick. You know what I mean? Like, any little thing that they can use to gun you down, they're gonna gun you down. And like Ho said, them cops uptown hit homes with 41 rounds. Live your life, get your ice. She been with you since day one, nigga. Trick on your wife. Like, 41 rounds, coming home from a wedding. Sean Bell, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to kill. And it's unfortunate, but I'm just thinking, like, you looked out the peephole, you don't see nobody, but you hear it's the police. So sometimes we can save ourselves, and again, I'm not blaming the victim. It's way unfortunate, but you do got to think, like, all right, well, when you hear it's the police, what should be your train of thought? Now, we also know, that's why we got to add this in, even when you do the right thing, when you follow all instructions, when you follow all rules, when you do everything to a T, we know that you still could be taken off and you could be taken up out of here. But in this case, Army, you got discipline, you know what I mean, you've been through training, etc., just like they have. Even though you in your house and you got a gun. Now again, if it wasn't no announcement of the police and you look through the peephole, you don't see nothing, I definitely can understand why you gripped up, you know what I mean, and you ready. But once they say it's the police, unless you don't, you know, again, we don't know what the brother was thinking. This shit happened so fast. As soon as when he opened the door, had the gun, he had his hand up, officer ready to shoot. They ready to shoot, you know what I mean? Oh my God, breaking barriers, whatever. I ain't talking about the unfortunate incident I seen you you said you did a little snippet about it, and you said you're going to talk about it. Obviously, I'm not an officer, and you know, although I have family on the force, as I told you on your channel, and you know, in the force and on you know, and on the police instead of the military, it's just still like the video that I first seen, you know, or heard. It was like the officer didn't announce himself. So the brother looked through the peephole. You hear somebody knocking on your door. It's late night. You don't know what's going on. You're allowed to carry. So you come to the door prepared for the worst. But once the, yeah, let's go live. Why not? Is it accepted? I accepted you. Is it accepted? I never went live with no. Did it accept? Here we go.
Yo,
What's up, my brother?
my guy.
Yes, yes. Everything blessed. Friday night, feeling good. The energy is up. I was about to end the show, and the last thing we was talking about, unfortunately, was the brother in the Air Force losing his life. What he could have did better. What was wrong. I know you didn't give your take yet. I did see the little snippet that you said you was gonna do. So I was definitely looking forward to hearing about it.
I did the latest post I did with my thing. I actually went off the screen with that one.
I'm about to log off too.
Yeah, but I saw you doing, man. Well, first and foremost, before you get into it, I just want to say, bro, I appreciate you, man. I know you may not always agree with everything you say.
Absolutely.
You know what? But I appreciate you because that's what life is about. You know, I think nowadays we live in this world where like if you don't think like me or agree with me, then we can't be cool. And
Right.
and that's when people miss the point with me. It's like, look, it's not for you to agree and say everything that or agree with everything I say.
Absolutely.
It's just me giving different perspectives based on my on my experience,
Mm-hmm.
and you take it and run with it. So people like you, bro, I respect you, and so many others, man. So I just wanted to give you that kudos, man.
I appreciate it.
I really appreciate that for real. And then in regards to the situation with my man in the Air Force, bro, it's this tragic situation.
It is a tragic situation.
It's not just tragic for him too. It's obviously tragic for him and
His family,
but it's also tragic for the officer.
for the officer. Yep.
Like just watching that body cam, like I don't think that officer realized that was going to happen. Like I don't think he had no intent to go and just kill some random dude.
I agree with that.
So it's tragic. And so like the best way to look at that scenario is you got to literally like break it down step by step by step. And like when he gets there, the lady says like, hey, she believes there's domestic dispute, whatever it may be. She identifies the apartment. She says like there's been multiple times that things have happened there.
Yep.
And so when he goes up there, he knocks on the door, and then before he even knocks, you don't knock first. Before he even knocks,
He just stands there listening, right?
Yeah, because he's trying to see if he
And the disturbance. Yep.
that was substantiated disturbance, which is common practice.
Mm-hmm.
So then he doesn't hear anything, and so then he knocks.
Mm-hmm.
And then initially, old boy he had said something. You could actually hear a faint noise. He says police. I think.
He does say police, sheriff's department. He does say that.
Yep, exactly. So then the sheriff's officer again says hey, sheriff's department.
Yep.
Like that. So the guy inside the department, he acknowledges at some point that he knew it was.
He knew it was.
And then he opens the door with a gun, and so
that's what I can't understand, right? I was right before you jumped. I was just saying like, because the first video I seen, a lady was saying that they didn't identify. So if somebody's knocking on your door late night, you have permission to carry an open gun, state. You allowed to come to the door to see what's going on. But once police say, listen, it's the sheriff department, put the gun away. You know what I mean? At least just to see. And I know it's so, so split second, like I seen you did with the red man, just so quick, bang, bang. And he did have his hand up like for peace, but you still got the gun.
And it's so like we have the luxury of seeing that from a video
after the fact, right?
It doesn't look like he was coming like with an aggressive manner.
He didn't.
Calm it down. But if you're that officer and the first thing you see is like, dude got a gun. And that's the thing that people don't realize is like, I keep saying is like you don't have to wait for somebody to point a gun at your face before you decide to use it.
That you're in danger, right?
Because if you wait, by that time it might be too late. And
that's true.
I personally, there have been times where I've personally gone to the door with a gun in my hand because I own a few guns, bro. But every time I've done that, I either I keep the gun behind my hip, like my leg. That person, I'm answering the door, don't even know I have a gun in my hand.
Right.
Just because I don't know if it's law enforcement or I don't know if it's somebody that doesn't need a gun in their face. Or B, I'll put the gun somewhere else where it's maybe not be in my hand, but I have it close by.
Access.
But if you know it's the police, the last thing you want to do is have a gun in your hand because you don't want to give them the interpretation that you try to do something that you're not. Like,
that you're not.
I said this in the video. I said, look, like if you're in public with a gun in your hand and you got contacted by police, would you be nervous? And for me, I still get nervous when I get
would.
by police if I have a gun.
I would be.
I don't want them to interpret like I'm trying to do something.
Right.
So
Right.
You have to be wise and smart about
You
it.
do have to be. But I was going to ask you this. I'm not sure what states you worked in. Is policing different in states where you can open carry as opposed to not? Because now you know, like this, people have gun like in Texas. I've been to Texas, been to Dallas twice, Houston and Texas, All-Star Weekend. I know both of those places you're allowed to carry, as opposed to other states. Do they police different, knowing that everybody got guns here? They just you can't see it, or yeah.
Yes and no. Like, so yes, the states are different. Like in California, it's not an open carry state.
Right.
But in Texas, you can, and so you can definitely, you know, you can open carry and exercise your rights all day long. The thing that's not different is like the way an officer feels if you are starting to make certain gestures with
Right.
that weapon. So whether it's concealed or not, like you can have it. Like if you, for example, let's say you're carrying open carry in an open carry state, let's say Arizona or Texas. And I'm dealing with you as an officer. If you're making any sort of movements towards this gun, I'm still gonna take it as a threat.
As a threat.
You know what I mean? That's why I say like yes and no. It's treated differently. But like I said, anytime you have a weapon in your hand, man, I always just say just be careful.
Be careful.
Because you just never know. But you don't want to play. You don't want to play with your life like that.
Absolutely.
I still get nervous, bro. I'm lawfully able to
Carry a weapon.
I get nervous if a cop pulls me over and I got my gun. And it's not because I'm black. I'm not nervous because I'm black. I'm nervous because
And we light skinned. We on the light skin side. You know what I mean?
I'm a dude with a gun, and if they take it some type of way, then they might get out of a little crazy. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I understand. It's definitely unfortunate. Waiting to see what the investigation reveals, not reveals. And we'll just see. But definitely condolences to his family.
I would be very, very surprised if they came out and said that he was not justified. I would be very, very surprised. Just based on all this, like everything that we know as of now, bro. Like, and everybody, even like people like you that have never been a law enforcement officer, you can see how something like that can happen. It sucks, bro. On every level. So I don't want to be dismissive and seem like, oh, it is what it is. Like, it's
Right.
sad, bro. Like, for all I know, dude could have been a great guy. You know,
Right. Absolutely.
So it's sad. I don't want to be dismissive of that, but if you put everything together, like people have to learn to separate emotions from what's facts.
What's facts? Absolutely.
And they're two different things. And like you said, like when it first came out, everybody was like, "Oh, you know, he went to the wrong house.
Went to the wrong door.
He didn't announce himself.
He didn't announce himself. He did announce himself. That's big. That's big. Knock, knock, police. And we all, from the hood, those knocks. I'm sure you did a few of them. Like, oh, hey, I thought that's police. That's why people are like, why you knocking on my door like the police? Don't come knocking on my door like that. You got me scared as a fuck. You know what I mean? We know the difference.
If you really were concerned and didn't believe it was law enforcement, there's a few things you could have did. You could either call the dispatch, call 911, and say, hey, look, can you verify cops are at my door?
I didn't know you can do that.
They do it all the time. The other thing is like you have a peephole.
You do got a peephole.
You know what I mean? You have the advantage over the officer at that point because the officer can't see in, but you can see out.
You can see out.
You know what I mean? So you have the advantages, or even talk to him through the doors more like, hey, give me some other things so I know it's the police.
Right, like what's the problem, officer? Why are you knocking on my door? Oh, we heard it was a disturbance. There's no disturbance here, officer. What's going on?
Exactly.
Yeah, he could have had some exchange. It's definitely super unfortunate, but I'm definitely ain't with like the race baiting or the defund or nothing like that. I got family on the phone, and if we don't have law and order, then it's chaos. Those are the real facts.
And I'll be the first to tell you that there's some cops that shouldn't have that. I called on some cop in New York City last month, I think it was, that pistol with this black dude. And so
the video. I see you do your breakdown on that. I see your breakdown on that.
I don't ever side with black people.
Kicking him. Yeah, he was wilding.
That's the prime example. Like black dude, he shouldn't have he was not confined with officers, but it didn't give the officer that ability. It didn't give him that authority to just go and start pistol whipping.
Pistol whipped them kid. But in your video, you said he had coke present, right? I didn't know that. That's the video you're talking about, right? He had coke in the dashboard.
Yanked him out.
Yeah.
Whipping him, and I was like, dude, you need to calm down. So like, there's times where I'll definitely like if officers are wrong, I'll call officers out. But I just try to be as fair as I can, man. So, but man, like I said, I'm about to get ready to go to bed.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to log off.
I definitely want to just hop on, man.
Absolutely.
I just want to, more so I want to hop on and just say thank you, bro.
I appreciate you too, my brother.
And one of these days we'll link for sure.
Inshallah, God willing. That's right. You take it easy, my brother.
Good looking out, dog. God bless you, bro.
Same to you.
All right, go.
So that was my brother Ryan. He got the for y'all on YouTube. Y'all didn't see. I was on Instagram. I be on a few different platforms and shit. So he always do I found his channel during the pandemic when we was all cabin fever, etc. And he was doing a lot of breakdowns of officers, unfortunately. And when I first seen it, it was like, this is what's needed. I seen some videos where I didn't agree, obviously, but as he first said when he first joined, sometimes you're gonna agree and sometimes you're not. The adult part is that you can agree to disagree. You don't always have to be on the side of agreeing, and sometimes you don't got to be on the side of not agreeing. You can say, all right, well, we disagree. How can we move forward and be better? So, I follow his channel. I think his channel is needed. Probably need more channels like him. Officers that's there to say, nah, this is what it is. But more so what I think for brothers like him and, everybody's on social media now, we need more officers pointing out bad officers. Because just like I'll give an example of, this is just an analogy where when you're in comments and it's something like with black women or women and men, and it's like women is always shaking their ass and doing this type of shit. And then you hear women like, not all of us, which is true. Not all of y'all. And I'm definitely one to say it's not all officers that's bad. But until the majority or we get more instances where officers stepping up, pointing out like, no, these are the bad apples. You're not going to rot us. You're not going to tarnish our image. We got to point you out. The public needs to see that. We need to see that because it builds trust. It builds, it opens communications. It keeps that part of the community which we need. If you don't have, if you're here to protect me, but I don't trust you, how am I going to fuck with you? You know what I mean? How am I going to come to you when I need help when it's like I'm coming to you for help, but I get killed in the process? Or you stand like it's a video, and I'm going to end it with this. It's a video where it's a traffic stop. It's two men officers, and they searching the female. And one of the male officers is patting her down, etc. And the other one step in like, yo, I never seen this on camera. So this is why this is what we need to see. He steps in, he like, yo, you step aside. Like, you're not supposed to be doing that to her. You're not supposed to do that. We supposed to bring a female or whatever the case, and she don't know what's the rights. She letting him do whatever, and don't end it. Cam up. We could cam up. What you want to talk about? So she stopped him, and the officer stopped him, and I never seen like an officer just check another one right there, and right in live action, made him step to the side, and even told her he not supposed to do that, and even told him he not supposed to do that. What's up, my brother?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Everything good. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. Happy Friday, man.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Blessed day.
How do you pronounce your name? Popovich?
Popovich, yep.
Popovich. Good meeting you, man. My name is Mitch.
How you doing, Mitch?
And I know Ryan. Ryan is referencing
Oh, okay.
You said Mitch, right? So I give Ryan a hard time because, in my opinion, I don't think he gives fair analysis in terms of his coverage of policing incidents.
Right.
And so, I push a hard envelope, and I think there's a large racial disparity in terms of how police blacks versus how police whites.
That's a fact.
And I just don't see enough coverage of that on Breaking Barriers Ron's page.
Okay.
And I tell him all the time, you go to his page, I comment every time. Whatever incident he's referencing now about some black person that was beaten by a cop, it must be a long time ago.
That's a good question. I think that video that was circulating. You familiar with the video or no?
I'm not.
I think maybe like 2 years, 3 years, because somebody was saying the video was old. I think so.
Because I'm telling you, probably for the past 50 videos, I've been pressing Ryan. I said, hey, bro, black people get a fair chance on your
And what we right.
page. And so if your tag, if your brand is breaking barriers, you can't break barriers by not giving fair criticism, by not giving fair analysis.
I agree with that. I agree.
Go to his page. Just go to the past 10, 15, 20 posts that covers policing. It's always a black criminal. It's always a black criminal. The majority of his audience is white. I talked to Ryan offline. I know he's been following the Brandon Tatum.
Yeah, I'm familiar with his channel.
Right? And so I call him Tatum Jr. He doesn't like that. And I respect Ryan. He's a family man.
Right, he is. Married.
But I think he gets lost in the sauce with social media. And that's the problem with social media. It's a gift and a curse because how do you find the balance? How do you define being authentic? How do you define being, rooted in real truth when you gotta try to find a way to monetize your page, but also give the truth? And I think he lost that balance. And I don't believe that he's actually breaking barriers. I think he's making barriers even harder
to
for
break
Black
through.
Americans. You see the young man that was killed, the military guy.
We were just talking about that, the airman, yeah.
Right. It's always a long explanation. It's never clear cut. This is wrong.
This is wrong.
And so I applaud him because he goes around the schools, he speaks.
Yeah, he's active. He's active.
Absolutely. But I'm also active.
Right.
Right? I'm in Houston, Texas. I go down to Yellowstone Academy. I have 2 mentees. I coach basketball. My life is devoted to developing youth boys.
That's great. We need that.
Young men to be responsible, disciplined men, productive men.
We need that.
And so I told Ron in the chat, I say, hey man, I know you personally, but I don't respect what you do. That's just my opinion. It's my opinion. Look, he may walk away some ass screw bitch. I don't care about what bitch think about me. I'm still running up my
still gonna do what I'm doing.
I still got my family. I'm able to pay my job. I'm able to pay my bills. But me personally, coming from New Orleans, the 7th Ward, seeing young men, black men, unjustifiably arrested, killed, murdered.
Absolutely.
I don't respect the work that you do.
I think that's undeniable as far as and I get it. Like I was telling him, I got family on the force and in the military, etc. Corrections. So I get to see it, and then as a person that's been inside corrections and on the opposite side of the law, I get to kind of see both sides. When I'm at barbecues or we having family gatherings and I'm talking with them, they always gonna push that side. That's the reality. But I don't think nobody can deny the facts that what we see is what we see. You know what I mean? Reality is perception in this case, and perception is reality. So, although he does dance a little bit, or like you said, the last 50 videos, or you may see 1 out of 20, we need more. And before I added you on, that's what I was saying. We need more with a video where I seen where the 2 male officers had the female stop. One of them was patting her down, and then the other one stepped right in. Like I said, I never seen that before. And then told her, he's wrong for doing that. I never seen that. And we can start getting more of that accountability in real time, then I think things would drastically change, not overnight, but in the long term, because, we need police. I'm not one that's on some radical defund the police, not because I got family, but without police, it's like, who's going to come save your moms while you're at work, or who's going to, who's going to investigate and put all the manpower into solving crimes, etc. So, they're a necessity, but the way they go about doing it. And then obviously it's a training video. I didn't get a chance to ask him about that. That was going viral. I'm not sure if you've seen this one, Mitch, where the dude was like, I like shooting guns and I like doing something. It was supposed to be like a whole, academy or training, etc. with the officers. You familiar with what I'm talking about? And it was just like, this is what y'all teaching, or this is what our tax dollars is going to. People just coming up saying these outlandish shit, and then we giving them a gun and a badge and saying, go, police the black and the brown in these communities that you're not from, you don't know the area, you're not familiar with the culture, you're totally somewhere else, and then just for 8 hours a day, you just come on and, this is what you're doing. So, that's a big part of it too. A lot of these guys, well, I'm from New York here. You said you're from Houston and Texas. You know, a lot of these in the inner city, the 5 boroughs is what we call them. But these people live in Long Island, Staten Island. They live certain other places, and then they come here for 8-hour, 12-hour shifts, and you're not really in tune with what's going on in the neighborhood. So you quick to, and then it's also the perception of everybody's a criminal, everybody's dangerous, everybody's a suspect or moving suspect. And so you have that, training is ingrained in you, so you quick to, shoot off the hip. And, that's how innocent people get, unfortunately killed.
Well, hey, man, I appreciate you bringing me up and allowing me to kind of share my thoughts. I like Ryan. I like the guy. I think he genuinely is trying to do something right.
Right.
But I just don't think anyone has shared, or at least he doesn't accept, constructive criticism. In my opinion, I think he's doing more harm than he's doing
good.
And it's hard for him to see that because, man, my numbers are going up.
His numbers is up from when I first followed him.
You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't realize that, he's doing that at the expense of the black community. And there's nothing wrong. Look, I don't condone any black criminal behavior.
Right.
I seen the guy, you're in New York, you seen that guy that grabbed the lady.
I just talked about that on live. That's wild crazy. That's crazy. Crazy.
That guy,
crazy.
Do what you need to do with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why we can't just call, when we talk about accountability, I believe it starts with you. It starts with looking in the mirror. And accountability means, am I calling a ball or strike?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or am I switching it up because of the color of your skin? And so I didn't see that with Ryan's page. I implore you to look at his past. Just go forward. You can look at it going forward.
Mm-hmm.
You will notice when it's someone black and criminal, oh man, he's very straight to the point.
Right.
Right? When it's a black victim, it's long-winded. Right? When it's white, he just showed the page the other day, the white victim. The lady ignored the cop.
Oh, I seen that video too. I seen that video. The DA or something, right? The prosecutor.
Yeah, calls out the cops.
Yeah, the prosecutor.
And so Ryan's analysis is laughing, it's joking, it's sweet, it's soft. Come on, man. Why can't you just call a ball?
And a strike. Well, maybe with continuous. I know you said off the camera you talk with him a lot. But maybe, as time go on, he will come around and he will start doing more, objective videos for people to break the barriers. That's all we really can hope, because it's his platform, or like my channel, we can talk about shit on our own channels and give a different perspective, from how we see it. Obviously, my following ain't as big as his, but I'm not an ex-cop, so you know what I'm saying? But, keep doing what you're doing, brother. Like you said, in the background, and online, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing it.
Yeah. Man, I'm from the 7th Ward of New Orleans, man. All I know how to do is just keep it real.
That's right.
It don't pay off in followers. It don't pay off in monetizing. But, man, I just try to make real impact, a real difference. And so I implore Ron, if you're listening, man, really dig deep and say, are you really doing the right work?
Right.
Are you really, really, truly in your heart breaking barriers? You know what I'm saying? And so, I like the guy. We haven't talked offline in a while, but we have talked offline a few times. I spoke to Brandon Tatum.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you spoke to Tatum too? Mm-hmm.
I'm a thorn to Tatum's, side.
Right.
And so he doesn't like me. And so I get these black conservatives, black Republicans.
Yeah, all conservatives.
A hard time. And so, because I just say, at the end of the day, man, black people can't always be wrong.
Not at all. Not at all.
Can't always be wrong, bro. Like,
not at all.
At the end of the day. And just calling a strike, a ball. What's wrong with that?
No question.
What's wrong with this being fair?
Political ties and, now I won't say fear, but the outside chatter of what people might possibly think, of you having a certain view or not having a certain view. You know what I'm saying? Me, I don't care. On my channel, we authentic that feeling. You know what I mean?
What kind of human being are you? Are you a integrity, real dignity, real respect,
Right.
real values, real principles, or you're a person that moves by other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so you got to decide that, man. Life is about becoming yourself.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Being happy within yourself, being happy with embracing who you are.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But if social media makes and break you, then you already broken.
Yeah, because if you basing your life off the followers and the people that's, don't really give a fuck anyway, then you already, like you said, you already lost the battle, because we know this is this make-believe world a lot of times. Once you jump off, life is not like it is online. I speak about that all the time on my channel. Life is not like it is. As soon as when this camera go off, life is back to being what life is. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree with you on that, Mitch. Totally. Absolutely.
I gave you a follow, man. I really appreciate it.
And I'm going to follow you back. Absolutely.
Allowing me to, speak my 2 cents.
I'm following, definitely.
Based on what I heard from you, I like what I'm hearing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing. Keep building. Keep empowering Black folks. And keep calling things fairly and being constructive with some of your feedback.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, my brother. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. God willing, inshallah. You already?
You take it easy.
All right.
No problem. Thank you.
Yep. I'll do this shit. There we go. All right, folks. Y'all know what it is. Boy Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV on a Friday night. We was live. We was rolling. We unscripted. We authentic. That feeling. Back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid. Ah.